All right. Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. It's Elena Rodriguez, and we are here with our third annual Jingle All the Way online small business shopping expo. And the reason that I do this is because the number one way that you can support small business and people that are out there building their dream is simply share, simply show up and say hi. And it's so important for small businesses to get in front of new eyeballs and to just know that they are loved and support. So this day is all about sharing people out there that are working hard to build the vision that was given them probably by their god, and they are working hard to make these businesses come to life, and I'm just doing my small part to help share and get it out there. So if you can click share on your profile now, maybe somebody will see something that just really speaks to them, and you're supporting small business. So we are going to be here throughout the afternoon, bringing on different products, bringing on different services, bringing on different people from all over the country today. And so just love, support, and pop in when you can, say hi. But all of these offers are going to be streaming through Roku throughout the months of November and December. So we will be showing up in 17 countries around the globe. And that is just something that I'm so proud to be able to say that we're able to do. So if you are there this morning, say hello. And we are getting ready to bring our very first small business on today. I'm going to see if I can show. We've got Embracing Disability. And this is with Miss Roxy B. Rocker. And I'm going to bring her on here. Let's see. We'll add her to the stage and say, good morning, beautiful. Oh, where did we go here? Oh, where did she go? Did we lose you, Roxy? I just saw you. Let me see if I can find her. And I don't know where she went. So we will give her just a minute to pop back on here. Hey, Christina. But what I can say about Roxy until I see her popping back on, guys, we are live. So when things happen, things happen. And I'm even going to tell you, here we go. We're going to add her back to the stage and get,
I am
there she goes.
back.
I'm like, oh my gosh, she was there and then she was
I
gone.
have no idea what happened. I spoke and then I went blank.
Yeah. Well, you're at
Okay.
an event. Tell people like you're at an event and you stepped away to be able
I'm
to
at
do
an
this.
event. My friends are in the next room. So I'm at something called Better Together in Massachusetts right now. And they're having speakers on the stage. And there's little vendors inside. There's photo booths. There's LinkedIn conversations people are going to be able to have, resume conversations. So career oriented and small business or small business curious.
Love
So,
it.
we're in a lot of business groups in Massachusetts and we get together. A bunch of my friends were coming to this event, and one of my girlfriends is winning an award today, and I wanted to be here to support that.
Love it. Love it. Well, let's talk
Yeah.
about you and your business and all the great things that you have going on. Just tell people, what is Roxy up to right now?
So, first of all, I'm super blessed, and I can't even believe it, that since June, July, I have been on this network with Elena Rodriguez, and I have my own show called Embracing What's Possible. And next year, we're really moving into a media, lifestyle, fashion world, and we're going to be really talking a lot more about life. But I think really about this support for small businesses. I'm a person with a lot of hidden disabilities. So a lot of times you don't think that you're capable or able to do things. You don't think that you're good enough ever, right? Like you're told you're not going to amount to anything. I was told just to become a secretary and be a typist. So,
Wow.
like, yeah. And I was like, okay. But then I became a disability educator for many, many years. And I did a lot of community relations and wonderful things to really advocate in the disability world. And a lot of people still call me for advocacy and social work, but I'm really moving out of that. Now I want to be that facilitator, that support team, that cheerleader on the lifestyle. If you want to create a book club, a gardening club, maybe you're disabled and you don't want to lose your social security, but I want to help you create something that makes you know that you can show up and be powerful because you
And I
deserve
love
it.
that. Yes, because they deserve it. I
Hmm.
absolutely love that.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yes.
And
So
so
what do
some
you?
of the things I'm up to,
Hmm.
Elena, I don't know if you've seen it, but I just finished my fashion show 2 weekends ago. It's 2 weekends already. Ah! And, I
Congratulations,
worked with
fashion
this
show.
quality fashion show. I worked with this quality group of people where we really made inclusion possible, right? And so, like, I'm at this event and inclusion isn't possible. It's hard to get around in here. And I was going to ask them a question. I got interrupted, and I'm like, I was in the middle of trying to talk to you, and so I spoke up, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I really had an important question and I needed some support, and I never got to finish that. You helped somebody else and I wasn't done.
Mm,
I'm going to be assertive because it's important when we're
yes.
trying to get what we need,
Hmm.
because it's now winter and it's cold and I'm having balance issues and I don't know when I'm
Hmm.
going to fall. So I need to know that, like, I can go back to something and I can be secure where I'm at and
Yeah.
not be not be frustrated or embarrassed. I don't want to
Yeah.
be embarrassed. I mean, I'll be like, look, I got 7 disabilities, ladies, so I'm sorry it's going to happen. But, but again, we have to empower ourselves. We have to stand up for ourselves. And at every single event, you don't know what's coming in. So
Hmm.
you also have to make sure that accommodations are being met for anyone.
Hmm.
Every event should be inclusive in somehow. Even food
And
allergies is some kind of a disability.
right there, you make me think that any person hosting any type of event should have you present, because these are things that not everybody thinks about that should be taking place at every event.
And let me tell you, even though there are people who have lived experiences, and one of our colleagues is that, but I've got the experience because I've worked in government. I've worked in the industry for 30 years. So you can be a lived experience and tell people, yeah, I need this because of my wheelchair, and I need this because of my cane, and I need this. But I'm looking at it from the umbrella up here,
Yeah.
like everything about accommodations, everything about accessibility. And look at my clothing. This is my line called Roxease, Roxease, www.roxease.com. You can see the whole line. And if you go on there, there's also a spot now that has every photo from the fashion show, which is my entire line on all the inclusive models. You pick out who's disabled and who isn't,
Love,
right?
love it.
So
So I'm
Velcro.
gonna give you, I'm gonna take myself off camera and give you the full screen so that you can just
Oh,
talk and show what you
no.
got there. No?
Okay.
Okay.
But I like having you around. Mhm. So I'm Roxy Rocker, B Rocker. And yes, I talk about disability and I talk about disability education. It's very important to me. I'm disabled myself. I was born with learning disabilities and I was born with a leg discrepancy. They also did my leg when I was 11 and made my left leg worse with ankle problems, hip problems, pelvic problems. And my left side is just a disaster. My right side was the birth defect. So I have this dress and it is a full dress. It's summer, but it could be worn anytime. Maybe after surgery, you need to get dressed easier. You can take this on and off and a Velcro it. It also has magnet right here. And this is in a couple of different styles. We have a flutter sleeve and we have a flutter sleeve and we also have a all magnet dress with magnets going all the way down. Now, let me tell you all about my bags. I have some of the cutest bags all over the land. And again, my brand is called Roxease, Roxease, roxease.com. And this bag has been the hottest seller all holiday long. This is our elephant print. Elephants. Look at how big it is. Now, the straps are really wide. What I love about this bag is that the straps are so wide that when I go shopping and I need to go and grab like a few things like socks and maybe a dress or maybe a good pair of knit pants, and I'm just out running errands, buying jewelry, buying whatever for the holidays or buying whatever I need for winter. And so I'm running around and they're like, "Do you need a bag?" And I'm like, no, I got my shopping bag. This is my Roxy's elephant print, hottest seller. We've sold over 10 of them. I have a few left, and we can pre-order more. And the main company is www.embracing-disability.com. And Roxy's is a division, and we are really excited about all of the products that we're going to be having. And I'm going to tell you something that, frustrates me is because a lot of people have to fight for people with disabilities to get hired. And we really need to be hiring more people with disabilities. And again, I have a lot of talents. I've been in government, I've been in nonprofits, I've been on boards and commissions. I work full time as a licensed massage therapist, and I have a wellness practice. I have, a full range of life. I'm not on Social Security disability. So rely on self-employment. I rely on getting hired by people. And people can hire me all over the world. I will be willing to Zoom, StreamYard, travel, and we can talk inclusion. And we should have people like me at these events, or we should be training your event coordinators on how to make your event more inclusive, how to make your event more beneficial to everyone, because we don't know what people's needs are. We don't know what people have going on. And people are embarrassed, but there should be an opportunity or an area that those should be involved. OMG. I'm gonna talk to you about my structured garden bag. This bag is also on the Roxy's line. And what I love about the Roxy's line is that this one is super spacious. So if you are a mom with special needs,
I love that. You
see
kind
my
of froze
learning
a little bit.
disability? I can barely show you how to do it.
I
But um oh dear.
Oh, we're kind of freezing up. You're okay. Keep going.
So I have wine bags and I have products. But if you
I
go to
heard wine bag.
w.roxy's or embracingdisability.com, you'll find me and you can ask me any questions. I'm going to
Ah,
be back again on the 6th, I believe. I
yes,
have
you are. You're
wine
coming back on.
bags. And I heard that these are going to also be coming in another red makeup bag pattern with a makeup free.
Those are very cool. So if
Am
people
I
go,
here? I'm coming back
yeah,
on the 6th.
yes, you are. And you keep kind of chopping in and out. So I want people to be able to grasp like everything that you're saying. So we've got the website, roxease.com. But I
Yes.
definitely want to ask you, this is just a general question of starting your business. What
Can you hear me, Elena,
I
or
can
am I
hear you
frozen?
now. It's kind of it keeps coming. So I can
If
hear you now. Yep. But I wanted to ask you, in your disability space, you are a true inspiration. How difficult, like what kind of challenges did you face to break through those barriers, to break through the stigmas and do your own thing? Did you freeze again? Let's see. Ah, we got a beautiful smile of your face, Roxy, but nothing else is moving. I think you're completely
when I
frozen.
first started in the massage
Okay.
world, they wouldn't hire me.
They
Oh
wouldn't hire you?
gosh. They didn't hire me in the massage world.
No.
I'm not frozen
So
on.
is that why you started
Hello,
your
can
own?
you hear me? Oh,
Yeah,
what a
it just
bummer.
it keeps
But in the
bumping.
massage, try to figure out where I was going to get hired. Massage, and I had to.
Wow.
And managers would
Mhm.
yell at me and
Mhm.
make fun of me.
Wow. Wow. Well, you have done absolutely amazing. Like, you know, as challenging as those moments were, look at what has come out of that. Um, you're building your own. You're what do they call that? Trailblazer. Like you're creating a new way. So, um,
Even
Ah. Oh, I wish you could come through
In the
clearer.
disability world, they would make fun of me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Cruel. I was so, and so now I've learned how to organize myself. I've learned how to adapt
Mhm.
businesses now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, girl, we keep freezing. It keeps freezing.
Hold on.
Okay.
Um,
I
wish I
don't know.
could. Can you hear me?
I can hear
Can you
you
hear
now.
me? Yeah,
Mhm.
I had to pivot. Sad. Hold on. No, hold on. Oh, good. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes. I don't think we're having any luck. We might have to have you come back on in a little while. Yep, it keeps freezing. It keeps freezing and we're live, folks. So I'm gonna probably message Roxy, let her know, and we're gonna move on to the next.
Yeah.
I'm
So pivoting, adapting, accommodating yourself is the
Yeah. So
most important
so
thing
I'm gonna
that you have
Roxy.
to learn.
Roxy, can you hear me right now? I'm gonna Roxy, I'm gonna probably have you come back on a bit later because you're just cutting out and we're not getting what we need from you. Like I want people to hear your message and they are interested in knowing more, but you just keep freezing. So she's frozen right now. All right, I'm gonna send her a message. We're gonna take her off, and I if you can hear me, we're going to bring you back here later and we'll do a whole segment because people need to hear your message, but you just keep freezing today. So, okay. All right. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to take her off. I'm going to send her a message, tell her that I absolutely love her and that we're going to bring her back on, guys. And I feel like I'm shouting because I was trying to like get her to hear me, but the more like that's just one of those things. So I really kind of feel bad because the next that we have coming up is a Besitos Beauty time slot. And we got a whole time slot laid out for today. So I'm going to very quickly message Roxy and say, like, hey, girl, we will bring you back on um, and let her know that she just kept cutting out. And if you guys are still there, let me know. But we're going to go through some actual Besitos demos now. And, and, okay. So she's like, she'll get back. All right. So who do we still got there? So who wants to play with some Besitos? I got to roll my sleeves up for this because we are going to do some demos. But as I get myself situated, I'm going to just kind of let you guys jam out for a minute to our like little intro right here.
We are queens, yeah, let them see, ruling the world, full of energy, Labios, we're fierce and bold on your story, let your colors unfold. So we're the queens, standing tall and proud, in a world full of colors, let your voice be loud, Besitos beauty, we're the fire, the light, empowered, unstoppable, ready to ignite, grab your shades, it's time for the glow, confidence in color, let the whole world know.
All right. Oh, here we go. All right. So hopefully you got your little Besitos Beauty Jam in there. Totally digging our song. So we're going to do this in a couple ways. So we have actually a couple different time slots of people that had things pop up. So I'm going to feature a little bit now. I'm going to be back featuring a little bit later. Like there is so much in Besitos Beauty that we could be here all day just for that. Right. So what I'm going to start with is some of the other items because if we did all lipsticks, guys, I have well over 150 some colors. Like I don't have enough space on my arm for that. But we're going to start with some different things. I'm going to answer questions, but I'm going to let you know right now that today and tomorrow, if you go to besitosbeauty.com, and let me see if I have my banner here. If you go to besitosbeauty.com and you enter code Expo, you're going to have 25% off. And today, right now, I added some of the other items that I'm going to be talking about just on the Besitos shop through a Crown by Faith collective, so that everything's there, everything can be discounted, and I am all about making things simple. Okay, so one of the first things that I want to show you are, as we go into the holidays, you have either two styles that you're showing off. You're going to either be like total beat, glam, bold, out there, or you're going to be more of a soft glam, muted colors. And one of the things that I don't promote really often, because I'm always in my red, right? I'm always in my red. But what I'm going to show you are these gorgeous glosses. We are going to start with 5 gorgeous glosses. Now, these are beautiful with the eyeshadow book that I'm going to be showing you, okay? So this is a way with just 2 items that you can create so many different looks. And we're going to start with the glosses, and then I'm going to take you into how you can layer with the eyeshadow book. Now, glosses are something amazing. You can wear them by themselves. You can do a deep lip liner and just put gloss in the middle to give your lips, like if you don't do lip plumpers and fillers and all of that sort of stuff, but you want a fuller, more youthful, vibrant looking lip, you got to go with something that reflects the light. That's actually the key, is it needs to bounce back light. And a good way to do that is with a gloss, because it has that shimmer. So you can even put gloss over lipstick. I always do. That's why everybody always is like, oh my gosh, your lipstick looks so great. Well, because I add dimension to it. It's not just flat. I start with my matte, which is a flat, but then I do techniques to add dimension to it. So it doesn't necessarily change the color, but it changes the effects. Okay, so we're going to go right down this list. These are some beautiful colors. This first one, it's number 9. It's called Explore. It is on, all of this is on the website, but I'm just showing you. This is one that I love to wear just every day on its own. And sometimes I will put it on top of another color. And it has almost like a mauve undertone, which sometimes, depending on which device you're looking or you're watching from, if you put your TV, your telephone, and your tablet all next to each other right now, this color would look different, because it's really dependent on your device's settings. But here's the other things. All colors look different on different skin tones. So sometimes we've got some comments on here. Let me bring my comments up so I can talk to you all. So we got, hey, Marty, we got Christina on here. Expo, EXPO, yes. Denise, I am a gloss queen. I need to learn how to add dimension. Okay, so when you're going to add dimension, I should have brought my makeup remover in here so I could take it off and start again. But when you're going to add dimension, you actually want to start with a base of a lipstick. Okay, you want to start of a base of a lipstick or a lip liner, and then put the gloss on top. Or if you want just gloss, at least put a little bit of liner on the outside so that it has like a stopping point. Because sometimes if you just put gloss in, your lips might like blend in with the rest of your face. You'll see the shine, but your lips won't really pop. So you definitely, even when you think of when you're coloring, like in a coloring book, and you can use your crayons and you can color. And if the lines are kind of gray, it'll be pretty, right? But if you go and you take like a black marker and you outline on top of like the lines, it's almost like boom, stained glass, it pops. Same as kind of, it's the same concept. If your lip is just a softer lip naturally, like with me, my lip blends into my face. So if I don't have anything on my lips, it's almost just like you don't even see my mouth, really. It's just kind of all blended. So even if I just put gloss on, it still doesn't, gives a little shine, but nothing still stands out. So you've got to have something that colors the lip first and then a little gloss. So we're starting with number 9. And then number 10, this one is called Fantasy. Now, this one has a little bit more of a coral orangey tint underneath it than the first one. So I'm just going to smack these all on my, and guys, these are so buttery. They are so soft and they smell so good. So you can see how that first one had a little bit more of a pink to it. Let me put a little bit thicker on. And so, guys, maybe when we come back, or maybe I just need to do a whole nother demo. But if you're looking for a natural color, okay, I'm going to talk about this. If you go to besitosbeauty.com, so it's besitosbeauty.com, and check out, you get Expo and you get 25. Is it 25 or I need to even look? I thought it was 25%. I think it's 25%. So we'll see. But right there, if you are looking for a natural color, I'm going to tell you something. It's still not natural. A lot of people go for nude, like really bland, really toned down, and that's not their right color. That's going to make you almost look flushed out. So you still need an undertone of color. It's about finding the right color. So that is like a whole demo. Maybe I'll come back on later today and do that whole demo. My natural color when I do my trio is so subtle, but when I actually show you how much pigment color is there, people freak out. They're like, wow. And why? It's because of my skin tone. So if you have more skin, if you're more pigmented, if you got a darker skin tone and you're still trying to wear like that nude color, chances are it's not going to be very complimenting for you. And I got to tell you these things. Okay, so this one is called Glazed. Now this is really pretty because it looks like it's like a nice chocolatey. That's why I call it glazed. It reminds me of like a glazed chocolate donut. But if you can see, it's a gloss. So it's sheer. Now this would be perfect over a color, even a bright pink. Okay, so this is why I'm saying really play with your color. There was one time a friend of mine said, I really wish I had like a pinky brown. Okay, so if you feel like you can't ever find your perfect color, create it. So maybe you have a lipstick that you bought at one time and it's a little pink. Maybe it's a little bright and maybe you love it, but you're just not feeling it that day. And so you want something a little more subtle. If you were to take a pink and you even put this type of a brown gloss on top, it is going to give you a beautiful combination. And so that's why I say don't be afraid to just play with colors and see what happens. Okay. So that one is called Glaze. It's number 11. These are in the glamorous gloss section. So we've got glass gloss, we've got glamorous gloss. If you're looking at the website, the tube that looks like this, the glosses that are in this type of tube, those are called glass gloss. And the tubes that are the glasses that are in tubes like this with the silver cap, you'll see the picture. These are glamorous gloss. So that's what these are right now. So this one is glazed. So I'm actually showing just these 5 colors because these are examples. These are all new, like neutral. But look at how different they are. So totally play with your lips. So then we've got number 12. And trying to think. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain freeze of what the name of this color is. We've got Tuscany and we've got something else, and I'm not remembering what the name of this is. But that one is more of like I don't want to say orange, like peach, like a peachy. Okay. So let's say you have even a purpley color that's like, ooh, that's a little darker than I would have picked for myself. Put something like this on top, it'll give it like a neutralization. And the reason that I play with color so much with my lipstick is because I love to paint. And to me, your lips just become the canvas. So there's no rules, there's no right or wrong. Do your thing, have fun with it, and find the looks that actually make you feel beautiful. And so then this one is number 13. And again, guys, I would say just look at the number because I didn't write my names down and I'm having a brain freeze this morning. So this one is number 13. These are all on the site. And look, so this one to me is the basic. This can be worn like all the time. Now check these out side by side by side. Those are beautiful, toned down, neutral, from a pinky to a peach to a brown to a tan. Okay. These can all be worn alone. They can be worn with lip liner or they can be worn over other lipsticks. Like these are gorgeous. So I just wanted to show that those are 5 lip glosses. Okay. And so based on how they look in the tube, that's how they look on my arm. Gorgeous. Okay. So we've got those. The other thing that I want to show you, these are blush. Now I'm going to look at the blush and then we're going to come back to the eyeshadow because I need to do this first and give it some time so you guys can be like, wow. Okay. Believe it or not, this is blush. We've got black. It looks black and white. Now, some of you may already have had these in the Besitos Beauty Box, but I can tell you what, the feedback on these has been amazing. Now, I'm going to tell you how these work. These are not a powder blush. I actually have this blush on today. It's more of a gel that just kind of blends in the warmth of your skin. But here's the magic. It adjusts to your own body's pH. Okay, so it gradually changes to get to the perfect shade of pink for you. All right. Denise says, I love the blush. I have the white one. I absolutely. And the question is like, what's the difference? Does the black tone get different than the white? No, not really. Not really at all, because they still adjust to your body. It's just more of a personal preference. Do you want to like have a black blush or do you want to have a white? The thing is once you start using it and you get your oil like on it, say you use a blush brush and you use the same brush, and once your oils get on the brush and then it keeps touching the blush inside, it will start turning a pink because it's picking up your body's oils. All right. So you will see that they start turning pink in the casing. And that's because it's your own body's oils that are already adjusting into the pH. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some over here and let you guys see how it starts changing color. Now, when I put mine on, I do use a brush and I tap it, but I actually bring it kind of up towards the temple, but very subtle. I didn't even start wearing blush until I got this blush. Okay. So I'm going to just put my fingertips on here and I'm going to rub into it. And I'm just going to put some right here. And we'll give it a little bit of time. And you'll be able to see that it's going to start getting pink. Okay, I'm just gonna do some, and then you're gonna even see just based on me touching. And I'm putting a lot on because I don't usually like even put like this much. You're gonna, I don't know if you can see that. I can see it in person. It's starting to turn just a little bit pink, just a little bit because I keep using my fingers. Okay, but I'm gonna leave that there and I'm gonna bring the black one down just a little bit further. Christina says, wow, amazing. This is like so cool. So I'm going to bring this one down just a little bit further. Now I'm using the black one. You can see where it gets like a little wet looking because my warmth is touching the gel. Now, guys, I want to talk about Besitos Beauty while we're like playing with stuff. I created Besitos Beauty from the recliner of my mom's house when I had to move back in with my mom and move my two sons in there. I had become widowed. I had lost everything. I had discovered I had been living a lie. And anyway, we'll save that for another day. But it started with a crazy idea of just lipstick. So you can see how that's starting to turn a little bit. And it even looks a little different just based on up here to down here. This was the white one. This was the black one. And just depending on what's happening with the oil in my body, the pH balance, you're going to get different shades, but you can see that it's starting to turn. Okay. And we're going to leave it like that. And we're going to talk about some other stuff and just let it kind of sit. And then I don't know, can you see how that's got a little bit? I want you to be able to see the pink. I guess I need better cameras. Okay. So Christina says, very cool. I don't wear makeup because I don't know how to apply it. And absolutely. And it's kind of just one of the, oh, and see, look at my fingers now. That's because I was pressing all over. But that just goes to show you based on, I was really pushing into it. So you can adjust the level of color. But look, based on my pH balance, look at what's happening with all the color. This was a lot because I kept pressing it. And then I just blended a little bit. And so you can see just by my body's adjusting how the color adjusts. And it's like really cool. Okay. So I should have probably better prepared and had like some napkins. But I created it just on my own. I met people. I introduced myself to people. I found manufacturers. I had to start from scratch. I started with just lipstick, and here we are this many years later. And I actually have a dream team now. I call us our Besitos Beauty Dream Team, where I actually help other women use Besitos Beauty like I did to build a small business of their own. It's not an MLM. It's me just working with you directly, and it's just been like really cool and really fun. So we've got lip glosses, we've got some blushes, and now we're going to go into, Denise said, girl, same, but Elena will help you. Yep, now I wear it, but I will help you. I'm going to give you guys a quick point or two. Understand that I am not a makeup artist. Okay, I say MUA. Now I'm learning the lingo. I am not an MUA. I am not a makeup artist. I put my eyeshadow on with my fingertip every single day. Every single day, I take this one finger and I put my eyeshadow on in like 2 minutes with a fingertip. I don't use brushes. I don't use contour things. Like I do my makeup in like minutes because I'm not a makeup artist. But I'll tell you what, the products that we have are amazing that you don't need a lot. And so I literally do my eyeshadow with my one fingertip, no brushes, put it on, and I can show you all how to do that. I do a lot of that stuff in the lipstick club. But here's one of our eyeshadow books. Now, I want to talk about how I'm able to incorporate all my businesses to come together because God gives me my ideas. And so God is honored in everything that I do. So when I came out with Surrender to Rise, the book, okay, when I came out with the Queen's edition, which Denise is a queen in the book, there was one day I was sitting there and I was like, oh my gosh, that cover, that would make a great smoky eye. Like that's how my creativity just like goes nuts, where it's like, that's an awesome palette for a smoky eye. And so Christina says, do we need both black and white? Oh, nope, just one. Just one. One does the work. Okay. They do the same thing. So you just would order just one black or one white. It's really just your preference. If you're thinking like, oh, it'd be cool to use black. And then some are like, oh, no, I'll stick with white. So, but it does the same thing. So you just use one and it lasts forever. Like you only need to just dab it and just tap it a little bit. And I mean, it lasts forever. So you can see the color still on my, but so here's how I can combine everything. I was looking at my book cover and I'm like, that would make a really cool smoky eye. Now, there's more tips that I can give you based on a light, soft glam or that bold, black outlined eye. The older we get, ladies, okay, and I'm speaking to the 50 plus club because, again, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not here to try to be a little 20 something. I love to play and have fun, and we can still do that. But there are some things that we should do differently because our skin is aging. Okay. So there are no rules. Do it your way. But if you feel like you have tired eyes, I got bags under my eyes. Okay. I do. My eyes are puffy and it just never goes away. It's just there. So and I can't see without my glasses. But anyway, a secret for you guys to know is if you feel you have tired eyes, you want everything up. Okay. That's just in general. If we got contour sticks, I'm going to talk about contour sticks. If you're using contour sticks or even doing blush, our old school rule was like you suck it in and you put it right there, right? No. As you get older, no, it goes higher. You want everything lifted because gravity's already doing its work, pulling everything down. So we don't want to bring things down. We want to bring things up. So if you are tired and you feel like your eyes just underneath, they're just tired. They got wrinkles or whatever it is. I don't necessarily have like tons of wrinkles. I mean, I have a little bit, but mine get more puffy. They just get tired. So you want everything up. You want your makeup up. You want your eyelashes, mascara up. The more eyeliner or eyeshadow or mascara, anything that you put down below, it's going to bring attention down below. So I purposely always, even if I'm doing a bold eye look, everything's up. I'll just do my eyeliner bolder. I'll put maybe one more layer of mascara or I'll wear darker colors, but it's still all up. I don't ever accent anything below. Now, that's not saying that you can't or that you shouldn't. It's up to you, but it's a tip to know that if your eyes are tired, the more you address putting makeup on below, the more it's going to pull it down. So bring everything up. Focus everything up, okay? So that's a tip for you. So when I saw my book cover and it made me think of the smoky eye, I contacted my manufacturer and I sent my book cover. And I said, we need to work together to come up with a perfect palette that can give people everything that they need for a simple soft look to that bold dark look. And you have everything right in here. Now, this is the only eyeshadow book that I have that has 15 colors because I was so proud of the Surrender to Rise book series cover that I really wanted people to be able to only have to get one book and it could capture every single look. So you've got glitters. That black is a glitter, that silver is a glitter, but you've got neutrals, super light colors. And, I don't know if you want me to like show you what some of these look like, but depending on how you put them on, we've got grays, we've got shimmers, we've got mattes, we've got glitters. So this is a beautiful eyeshadow book, and it's one that can capture from soft glam to like night dark pow. Okay. It's got everything there. But I want to also talk about the inspiration because we've got 3 other books. This is my first Show Your Crown eyeshadow book. And we've got greens and golds plus some grays in there. These are gorgeous. And guys, my eyeshadows, I'm going to show you some and some of my favorite. I'm going to show you some of my favorite. This one is called, Denise says, I am on the site now. Sweet girl. There's so much fun stuff. So this was inspired by my Show Your Crown, my teal and gold color scheme a few years back. This is inspired by, this one is called Island Vibe. So the casing is blue, one of my favorite colors of blue. But the reason it's called Island Vibe is because when I first met my husband, Charles, he lived in Hawaii. And he would send me pictures of the ocean and some of the flowers and the palm trees. And again, guys, I find my inspiration through my life, through what is happening in my life. And I put that into my business. So this one is called Island Vibe. And here's why. Check it. This one to me is so fun. And I love playing with this. One of the amazing things is I've got a plastic covering on it right here. The amazing thing is I actually use the gold glitter around the holiday time, and I put it on my lip. In like when I do a red lip, I'll put a little gold touch in the little pucker, and it just gives it this like little fun shimmer. Like, so play with your makeup. But one of the surprising things about this is yellow is one of my favorite colors. And I would have never known that about myself until we like tried it. So this one is called Island Vibe eyeshadow book. Now this one, this is my staple. This is like my everyday, and this is the one I have on today. This is the one that I like swoop it on, don't even think about it. This one is called Sedona Sunset. Now, we're going to talk about Sedona for a minute. This is my all-time favorite. This is my staple. This was the very first eyeshadow book that I brought to Besitos Beauty. Now, how this happened, yesterday, Denise says yesterday she wore the colors from Show Your Crown. I love that. It just makes me so happy to know that you guys are feeling fabulous. And not only that, like, it's like total girl power when we know that we're all doing this together. I couldn't do this without you. And it's great to know that I can help you with things like this. Even if you started your own business, a little side hustle, like I can help you with that. So, but this Sedona Sunset book, this was inspired by a trip that me and my sister took to Phoenix, Arizona. And it was my dad's 10th anniversary of passing away. Now, I used to go to Sedona and Phoenix every year for like all the years that he lived there. I would visit every year, and I would get refueled with my mountains and the palm trees. It was just like gorgeous. And then after he died, I just stopped going. I didn't go back. And it was his 10th year, his anniversary. And I told my sister, we got to go. Like, we've got to go. So we went back to the Chapel of the Holy Cross. That's like one of my favorite places in the world. And as I was looking out at the mountains in the sunset, this is the palette that came to me. So this was the first eyeshadow book. I came and I said, I want to create something. I need this. And this is my staple. So for me, for my staple is I use this one. Okay. And I'm going to show you how easy, like you barely tap it and you got color. They blend in. I use this one in the crease a little bit. And I mean, they just blend so beautifully. I use this red one a little bit sometimes. It comes down here. And I mean, like, look, they're like, I'm barely touching, barely tapping. And then I use this shimmer up by my eyebrow. I like just barely touch it. I usually use like that little tiny piece right there. And I'll just go like that, like right by my eyebrow. And you can see how it just blends in. But now that's where my inspiration comes from. So there are no rules, guys. So when we were in Arizona and we went back to the Chapel of the Holy Cross, and then I'm like, okay, we got to create an eyeshadow book. The next thing that happened was other people need to experience this. And that's why we now have the retreat, Ignite Your Spirit, and it's in Phoenix, but we take a day trip up to Sedona and visit the Chapel of the Holy Cross and do like all kinds of other stuff. But that's the highlight. Ignite Your Spirit, and we go to Chapel of the Holy Cross because it's a place that I feel everyone should see and visit at least once. It's magical. And if you're like me, I love to go every year, and if not every year, every other year. It's like I need it to refuel me, to ignite my spirit. So I got Besito's eyeshadow book too. I mean, they're amazing. So that's where we are. We've got I got a few more minutes before we bring our next small business on here. But look at all of those glosses. Super shiny. Okay. I mean, like, check that. Super shiny glosses. We've got the blush. Okay. My fingers still have the pink on them. We've got the blush. We've got eyeshadow books and a couple other things. And I might bring some other things on here. This is what our eyeliner. Okay. We've got a regular black and brown liquid eyeliner. And I'm just going to like write on I'll find another spot. Where else am I going to write? These are like so super, and like, this is just eyeliner, and you can make it thin, you can make it thick. These do not come off, and this is what I wear. Okay. But the cool thing is, this is the one I'm really wearing a lot right now. This is ultra fine. Ultra fine. So you like, I'm going to see if I can even capture this. Like, that is like, do you see that? Super. So you can start super thin, and again, you can make it thicker, but if you really want a thin line, this is the one. It's like super. You could even use this to like brush your eyebrow. But this is brand new. Like brand new. I've never carried it before. It's just coming in stock. It will be shipping a week from Monday, right? But that's an ultra fine tip, and that's the one that I wear. So when I put my eyeliner on, again, I can't barely see. I take my magnifying glass and I actually start with this one, and I just like, because it comes out so easy. There's no tugging on your skin. There's no smearing. You just tap it and go. So this is like so fun. And what else? I'm just showing you some products. If you guys want to see some specific lipstick colors, you're gonna probably need to let me know, because there are so many. I mean, we've got so many that I wouldn't even know where to begin. Denise says, I am so looking forward to the retreat. Yes. I mean, I am so looking forward to having you there. I can't wait to hug you. I can't wait to, and I'm glad that you just said yes and went all in and committed. Like, your spot is claimed, your room is there. I absolutely love the retreat in Florida. And so I'm excited about Arizona, a home to one of my best friends. Oh, I love that. You'll have to have, like, maybe your best friend could come visit us for one night or something. But then we got our mascara. Okay. Now, I don't know if I had mentioned before, but all of our products, like everything Besitos, you see myself all colored here. Everything Besitos is vegan, gluten-free. It's paraben-free. It's animal cruelty-free. Most of our lipsticks, they don't even have coconut oil. Like, everything, they're so good for you. They have like a 2-year shelf life. But normally they won't even like last, like, you'll go through it, right? So even the mascara is so good for your eyelashes. It's a big wand. When I do it, I usually just have to swipe once or twice. I don't overlayer my mascara. I just put the first swipes on and I'm done. Another key, like a tip for you, is if I don't know if you remember back in the day, we were taught to like pump the mascara, pump that wand back in there to put more on. Don't do that. Okay. If you do, try to change the habit. But if you need to get more mascara on the wand for like, the next eye or the next eye, once you put it in, just twist it, just spin it, and then take it back out. Why? Because the more that you pump it, you're just pushing air back into this. It'll dry out faster. It can go bad. I mean, think about it. There's like particles floating around in the air like all the time, but you're pumping more air back in, and you don't want to do that because it'll dry out and you'll go through it much faster. So just put it back in, twist it one or two times, and then take it back out, and you'll have mascara. Okay. So that's just another tip for you. And I'm going to get ready to wrap up as we get ready to bring on our next business. But if you guys have any questions or you want to see anything specific, again, join us in the Besitos Lipstick Club. You can reach me there like all the time or just message me. We've got the code EXPO, EXPO. Type that in at checkout and it will take an additional 25% off your order, I believe. I thought there was a way to purchase a collection of gloss. If you want to purchase this whole collection, just message me. Because I think right now you just go on and you pick your numbers. Now, the Crowned by Faith, okay, I don't have that box to demo right now. It's actually on its way to us now as we speak. But if you go to Crowned by Faith collection, like if you'll see all the makeups and then you'll see Crowned by Faith, if you click on that in the Crowned by Faith collection, you'll see a whole gift box. It's pink and it actually says like Crowned by Faith on it. There are 6 lipsticks and lip glosses. So meaning there are 3 matte lipsticks and there are 3 glosses that complement each other. So if you wanted to layer up and practice with techniques, that's a collection box that's in there. But if you're like looking at these, I think these are just by number individually, but if you wanted to get multiple or get it, just get with me. Okay. So that's everything, guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to get myself off here. I'm going to play my video out and then we'll bring on our next small business. Yay.
We are queens, yeah, let them see, ruling the world, full of energy, musky labios, we're fierce and bold on your story, let your colors unfold. So we're the queens, standing tall and proud, in a world full of colors, let your voice be loud, Besitos beauty, we're the fire, the light, empowered, unstoppable, ready to ignite, grab your shades, it's time for the glow, confidence in color, let the whole world know.
All right, so I just needed to give you a little time to get a little dance in there. So as I got a whole mess over here, we're going to move on and I'm going to try to get this cleaned up. But let's bring on our next amazing small business owner, the queen, the dear friend of mine, Miss Yara Ortiz. How are you doing?
Good morning. How are you? I'm doing fine. I'm doing fabulous because I'm wearing my resilience, as you can see.
Yes, I got resilience on too. That's our color. Also,
Yes.
for anybody that's still tuning in, real quick, because we just got off talking about Besitos, Yada is a dream team member. So Yada went all in, and we're working together to help her use Besitos as a way to generate more people into her current business, make money off of selling Besitos herself, just things like that. So I wanted to throw that in there. So you and your business, what are we talking about today? You tell me where we're going today with everything that you got going on.
Oh my God. Well, we got BCS, we got Money Moves, we got FPU Ramsey, we got the 52-week challenge binder. We have a few things.
Mm-hmm.
um, but I can start with BCS. We can
Yes.
start with BCS.
Yes.
So First, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here in your platform in your space. So I am the owner of us and CEO of BCS, Bookkeeping Consulting Services, and I'm also the founder of Money Moves with Jada. I am an author, speaker, TV host at Prospera TV Network, financial consultant, and master personal financial coach.
what
So,
what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to give you full screen because
okay,
I want you to just, if you need me, you just tell me, but I'm right here, but I'm giving you full screen. Okay.
okay. So let me start with BCS. So as a financial consultant, I specialize in helping nonprofits with clarity and structure. I also support service-based small businesses. I help them get their finances in order, build strong structured bookkeeping and financial management systems. What I do is simple. I just bring order to chaos. In other words, I help organizations and businesses get their numbers right and build strong, reliable bookkeeping and financial management systems that actually support their mission and growth and their sustainability and profitability. In other words, I manage the books. But it goes deeper than that because BCS helps with budgeting and cash flow, projected budgets, so leaders and business owners can make smart decisions in real time and know and project moving ahead as they move along. For nonprofits, we also handle the grant tracking, keeping every dollar of every restricted funding accounted for the way funder expects. And this is one of the big ones for nonprofits and one of the main pain points, keeping track of those restricted funding. And BCS can certainly help with that. And when I say every dollar, I mean every dollar, every single dollar to balance zero at the end, right? Um, and if someone is behind, we can also help with catch up cleanup work to get everything accurate and up to date. So this is the kind of foundation that helps organizations and businesses operate with confidence, and that's exactly what we BCS, what we do at BCS. Now, as a personal financial coach with Money Moves, I work with women, especially single mamas, who I help them take control of their money in a way that actually makes sense for their life. I teach them the basics so they can finally understand how to manage their money, but I also walk them through the mindset shifts. That's a must happen. That must happen first. That is key, is the foundation, because the truth is that money is a mind thing before it's a math thing. So before we can really um and because without the right mindset, the results don't stick. We need to really shift that mindset, um because that's the foundation. And it's just in simple terms, I help them straighten out their money situation so that they can pay off debt and build real savings plan and create that financial stability one step at a time without the confusion, without the overwhelm, right? Also, as I mentioned before, I'm also one of the hosts in Prospera TV Network. And through my show, Badass Mama Moves, I talk to mamas about the real side of motherhood, the unfiltered, the messy, the beautiful parts we don't always say out loud. I speak to the single mamas navigating life solo and the highs and lows. I got this day, I got this kind of date, and Lord help me in pulling your hairs, right? Those days, kind of days as well. We talk about all of that, and I am one of them. I'm a single mama, so I can definitely talk about it because I am one of them. I am living it right now as we speak. So I am experiencing it, with you. So we talk about the money struggles, the mindset battles, the breaking generational cycle, which is I'm huge on that because I am always trying to be the most aware I can to break those cycles and it don't go beyond me, and everything in between, right? All these things that shape us and whatnot. So I've been in the financial management world for about 15 years. And I can honestly say that I love what I do. I think 15 years will say that, right? I'm all about helping people make sense of their money, whether it's a nonprofit or it's a small business, a mama, a single mama, not a mama, someone just trying to get the financial life together. My goal is just to help them feel clear and confident, and in control of their financial situation. Now, I'm also, on top of all that, I also teach Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University, FPU for short. This is a 9-week guided course. Yes, Elena, 15 years made me feel old every time I say that. Oh my God. Anyways, okay. So the FPU, I got a cycle. So the FPU, Financial Peace University, is a 9-week guided course that walks you through Ramsey's 7 baby steps. I'm pretty sure most of you have heard the famous baby steps from Dave Ramsey. So these are the same steps, step by step plan that helped millions of people get out of debt and build wealth and take control of their money. So I'm so proud and happy that I am one of Ramsey's preferred coaches. So what that means is that I get to teach FBU and I provide financial coaching beyond the class, helping people stay accountable and actually apply what they learn during the cycle and apply it into their life, like real life. And I actually have a cycle coming up. If you're interested in my next FBU cycle, is coming this winter of 2026. So let me know if you're interested, and I'll add you into the waiting list. As soon as I have the class dates and everything set up and finalized, I will reach out to you so you can save your spot. So you can DM me on Facebook. So let me know that you're interested. I could add you in my waiting list, and then we'll take it from there. Now, to kind of wrap up, I want to talk about my 2026 TGIF Savings Challenge. So it's a binder. I am, I am in the people helping people with their money and money management business, right? If that makes sense. It's exactly why I created this binder 2026 TGIF Savings Challenge. It's a simple, practical, super intentional. I really put a lot of mind and work into this. A way to help you save $2,026 by the end of 2026. So it's 2026 in 2026. And it's very easy. It's every Friday, and this is the binder right here. Every Friday, you open the binder, of course, obviously. You drop the money in, check off the amount that you dropped into the envelope. I have everything break down, all the amounts that you're going to be putting every Friday, and you check off the amount for that Friday and repeat. Next Friday, do the same thing. You open, drop, check, repeat, right? Each envelope lists the exact amount. Every month has, I'm kind of backward with my camera, but anyways, every month has the amount broken down for each Friday for that month, if that makes sense. So now you see why the name TGIF, because it's every Friday. And you can log the monthly total, and you're running grand totals at the end. Each month at the end over here at the bottom, I have a space for you to write what you have, the total for that month, and then the aggregate. As you go through the month, you put the total amount, overall amount as you go through the month. I also created a quick thought section at the end. Bear with me, I'm looking for it right here. Section, and this is a space to write down notes to yourself, mindset shifts that you notice as you go along, whatever you are noticing as you build this new habit and grow through the and go, as you're going through the challenge. Because journaling is key. It's really important because it helps you see as well how far you've come while you look back, make those shifts, write down those mindset shifts so that you are aware and know that it's something that you should be working on, right? So this is the fun part of everything. But it's not just a money challenge. I just shared just the easy fun part of this whole thing, but this is very personal for me. I created this binder with the vision of breaking cycles and shifting things. Like I said before, I'm big on breaking cycles because it stops with me. I'm always praying to God about it. I'm always declaring and affirming and everything else because it starts with me, period. And as a single mom, I know survival mode so well, too well. And I know what it feels like when every dollar has 12 jobs, when you have to stretch one paycheck into two, sometimes even three, right? And since I am in the breaking generational cycle business, as I said before, I've been praying for cycle breaking and try to be as aware as I can to not repeat the story, you know. So I created this binder and it is what it represents for me. So it's personal for me. And it's not just a binder, it's a tool. You know, it gives you the accountability, the structure, the bad habit breaker. In other words, it's a piece, it's peace of mind in paper. It's peace in paper form. The binder is just $34.95 plus shipping. This is the pre-order special price that goes through November 30th. The pre-order special price goes up after November 30th. So I'm scheduled to ship this out in early December. Perfect to have it in your hand for a Christmas gift to slide that under the tree and to start 2026 strong. And so I'll be dropping the link in the comments. So you can also so you could place your orders, and you can also email me if you DM me in Facebook Messenger if you have any questions. DM me, and my I go by Yara and Ortiz, exactly as it appears on the screen. And yeah,
I love it
what else? I
because
think I covered pretty good.
yeah, well, because now we can dive in and like ask questions and dive in. So number one, I want to let people know that I pre-ordered my binder from you a few weeks ago, I think, and your um you did an episode of Badass Mama Moves a few weeks ago on money, money trauma, even faith, finances. Like you did an episode, and I have to tell you that you gave examples of how to recognize if you still carry money trauma. And I was shocked at how much I still carry a money trauma from losing everything.
Hmm.
So I bought that binder because I want to walk alongside you in 2026 and dive into some of these things.
Yeah.
Because we have to, like you said, it's in the mind first, and then the math later. So
Hmm.
so if people pre-order your binder that has all the envelopes and it has everything in it, um, how do we stay connected? Like, is it just something that we get and we just kind of carry on our own, or how do we know? Like, I gotta sneeze.
Salud.
That kind of came and went. So what would that look like if somebody's like, okay, I need to do this, I need to, but what if they're afraid to start talking about money? What if they feel like I don't want to come on and have to tell everybody my business? Like,
Yes.
how's it gonna work?
So there are various ways. So first, I'm building a sequence of follow-up posts that I'll be posting during the year in 2026 in my page public for whoever needs the tip or whatnot, whoever has the binder, perfect. I also have my Badass Mama Moves group which honestly is still in building mode. Just honest, transparent
Yeah.
here.
Everybody, we all
That's
start somewhere. Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the group that I'm intending to bring. Um, Whoever buys the binder female because it's for us females. Not that men cannot buy, absolutely you can, but you won't be able to be part of the group because it's only for mamas, right? Or no mamas, just females. And then we can build from there. You could post in the group, it's private. You can get in only by invitation if I let you in. And we can build from there, whatever questions, whatever pains, whatever triggers, whatever it is, we can really talk about it in the group and just help each other and uplift each other. Right now, I have a few women in there, powerhouses, and they're amazing. So we always, aiming and looking to um, empower each other, uplift each other. And I'm also a DM away. Simple as that. If you want even more privacy, I'm just a DM away.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
I love that. And so, what if somebody's like, I don't even think I have enough to think about saving. Like I'm rubbing my two pennies together week by week right now. We all know something has to start somewhere.
Mhm.
From your years of experience, what would you say to somebody to have to get started somewhere?
Well, the first thing that is foundational is planning your month ahead, making a budget. You need to know where your money is going. You need to assign your every dollar a job. If you don't have a plan for your money, you don't know where it's going, you don't know where you're standing financially. And that's when most times chaos happen. People go into overdraft. People don't know if they have it or not, whatever the case may be. So the first thing is to create a budget. And another thing that I tell my clients is that people tend to um, think of savings from what is left on the budget, if they have one, or what is left from the month, or whatever the case. No, the savings has to be part of the budget.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
how you start saving. Even if you start very little, whatever you can, even if it's $5, you are creating, you already put in that habit and you haven't putting that in your mind about savings.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can build from there. Then next month you could put, oh wait, I could put $10.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could put 15, I could put 20. You can build from there, but at least start, even if you can start small, that's a win. But it has to be part of the plan. You don't put it from what's left from the end. No, it is part of it. Because then if it's not like that, then you will never do it. You will never
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. If you keep it as the bottom of the thing and whatever's left, it's like, yeah, there is never anything left, because then something else will pop up that you think is more fun, or that
Yeah,
you deserve that treat or something. Like it will never be there.
yeah. And it takes sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. It takes a strong will, discipline, commitment to do this. If you really want to, you're committed to come out of the hole,
Mhm.
the money hole, you need to shift things. You need to make those sacrifices and not getting that Starbucks coffee every single day, because that's money that's going down the drain.
Yeah.
So you need to really look at what are your money habits, your spending habits. Where is it that money's leaking out?
Mhm.
Right? And start, again, it that's and you'll notice when you make a budget, when you are planning, making that plan. Like right now, my budget for December is done. My budget for January is in draft mode right now.
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
planning already because I know what's coming and I want to know what's coming. What I say, I already know I have a few renewals from my business and for my personal that things that I have. So I'm already planning. Okay, so this month, oh well, this month we cannot get that
Yeah.
Mickey
Yep.
D's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well,
I'm already
yeah.
planning through January right now.
And I
So
love that, because it is about planning. We got a couple questions come in, but I want to share this piece real quick too. Is, you and I have been connected for several years, and you have helped me. You've, I participated in some of your challenges and your, workshops and different things. And one of the things that I had to start was just look at it, like just face it, because you're gonna you feel that anxiety anyway, so you got to just like rip that band-aid off, look at where
Mm-hmm.
it's at and face it. And so one of the things that I had to do for me, because I'm such a color coded visual, things have to be, that as much as all my Prospera TV shows are, everybody has their color and it's on my big calendar. But being in business, I have my business account, I have my personal account, I have this account that, so everything is color coded. It's already mapped out for the whole month of this is what's coming out on these days. And it just has to be in your face.
Mm-hmm.
It just has to kind of be in your face. But the other thing that you had shared one time, when it was talking about creating a budget, and a budget doesn't have to mean restriction, or it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's not like a budget is a punishment. It's
Yeah.
almost that pathway to your freedom. It's a pathway that you control, you are organizing, you're shape shifting it, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a punishment. And I think sometimes when we were young, you're thinking like, ew, budget, ew. I don't want to be
Yeah.
on a budget. So those things helped me. But we got some questions. Denise wants to know, how does one deal with financial anxiety?
Yeah, that's an awesome question.
Oh, she
So
even says the word budget alone gives me anxiety. So there we go. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, that's the thing what you just said. A lot of people hear the word budget and they think already restriction, I can do nothing. And it's the total opposite. Is knowing when you plan your money, you plan ahead, where your money is going, what you have, and where you're standing financially. And then you'll know that you cannot do that target run, right?
Mhm.
And that you have, but you can still also put your entertainment, you could put whatever it is, you can still have fun. And just put a line, a category in your budget for entertainment, and put an amount there. Once you reach that amount for that month, you
Mhm.
shouldn't be going any further than that. But you can still have your fun. You just need to, plan for it,
Yeah.
right? Like right now is my son's birthday this month. So already I put some money in my budget this month for his birthday
Hmm.
situation. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna say because he might be watching, but his birthday situation. so so it's budgeted for. Hello, and we're gonna have fun,
Yeah.
right? But anxiety, it hits different when you carry money stress for years, or when you grew up around it. It's not a magic switch. Um, okay, it's off. No, it's a thing that, like you said, you need to take that bandage, rip that bandage off, and face it. It
Hmm.
is going to be very uncomfortable, oh, absolutely, and scary, but you need to face it. Because financial anxiety, it's a big chunk of it is unknown. You don't know where exactly it's coming from. And
Hmm.
when you don't know what's coming in and what's going out, it gives you even more stress. So
Hmm.
again, planning for your money, right? And then breaking things down as you are planning with your money. Even the in the binder, like I said, you have a quick thought section at the end. What are you noticing as you're spending? What did you feel when you paid this bill?
Hmm.
When you did this, or whatever the case may be, because that gives you clarity. Like you said before, Elena, it's right in front of you, and you'll be able to pinpoint whatever it is that you're feeling, going through, or whatnot, and face it. It
Yes.
needs to be faced. I
Yep.
think that's the best way I can say it. And I hope I'm answering and somehow helping Denise with my answer. We can talk more about it if you want, Denise. DM me. I'm here for you.
Yeah. And I think for me, I just use myself as an example, because when my world dropped from below me, it's like money horrible. I mean, when you lose 50 acres of property, a $50,000 cabin, my whole retirement, like Everything just crumbled. And if I had any money anxieties before that, that just like blew it up for me. um when you started talking about budget and things like that, it actually took me almost like 2 to 3 months to even get in a position to feel like I had a grip enough to then start a budget. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense or if you've ever run into anybody like that. But for me, it was almost like I need to just look at things. What
Mm-hmm.
is flowing in and out? Like, what are the the auto subscriptions, and what are this and what are that? And even just see, like, how much income do I have steady? Like, I just needed to, like, look at it for a little bit before I could say, like, okay, this is a couple months of consistency. I see what's happening. And now I know what I need to do. I was that much of just every day just flowed with it. And it took me a little bit to even just have to, like, what is going out? What is coming in? Like, what is happening? Have you ever had anybody that much of a hot mess?
No, no. Well, everyone has their own little hot mess individually. Even I do. But I'm that way too. I need to see things right in front of me, so that it can kind of make sense and be able to like. It's like I always say, I pay Tetris with my budget. Even my son says, "Mommy, I pay Tetris with this and that," right? Because he hears me say that so many times. So I play Tetris with my budget. I need to have my budget in the big screen and then see and move things around. And that's how I do it every month. Now, um, I'm looking at Denise
Yeah, she
comment
says.
right here. Fear keeps me from allowing someone like you to look at my finances. I always strive for financial freedom, but opening my finances to a person keeps me from doing it. And I totally understand that.
Mhm.
That's part of that anxiety and that fear and that insecurity with money, right? And to be honest, it may not be freedom. Just stuck. And I just being honest right here. Because sometimes that's exactly what you need. You need someone, you need a professional to help you see what you don't
Mhm.
and help you move forward with your money. And I understand the privacy, and it's part of the things that I thrive in my profession. Trust and confidentiality. I am huge in confidentiality.
Mhm.
And it's I lost track of what I was gonna say.
Yeah, just the fear, sometimes feeling stuck. But and sometimes, okay, so let me ask, like, if so for somebody like Denise, who maybe it's that fear of showing someone. I know that sometimes you have tools because you've done them in workshops and things where you actually just provide some information and let people go do their thing for a little bit. So it's not like they're giving you their accounts, and it's not like
Hmm.
you have, it's almost, and they might not even have to tell you the dollar amounts, but you're able to give some information for them to go back and look at things first to even know what questions they might have.
Absolutely. I have a savings tracker. I have a debt management tracker in my PayHip account. I'm going to put my PayHip link in the comments. You could really grab those from there. And you have any question as you're working with them with it. Um, if you decide to get them, you can ask me, and you're not telling me your information about your money, what's come, you're not giving me numbers, you're just asking questions, right? But you can definitely start with that, you know. But I can say that when I work with my clients, whether it's a individual as personal coaching or nonprofit small business, um, I really get in, you know, and if things are not, if you see a pattern that needs to be broken, I will let you know. But this is a two-way street. You need to also do the work. You need to also commit to yourself to do the job that I'm telling you to do, because I'm not here to just get your money and keep it moving. We are here to work on your money situation, whatever it is, you know. And like I said before, it's going to be uncomfortable to break certain habits. It's going to take some shifting. It's going to take discipline, commitment for you to really see results. And it's not overnight either. It's going to take time, baby steps.
Yeah.
First, we need to look at everything that comes in, everything that comes out, even if it's not every month. Some bills are quarterly, fine. We look at all of that. We break it down. We make a plan, right? We shift things. What can you cut? What can you really, this month you need to kind of make that sacrifice again. You can't make that target run. You cannot get that coffee. You need to kind of slow down this month because you have this bill that is more important, that's keeping your roof over your head, that you need to pay. So it's a two-way street, you
Yeah.
know. And I
Yeah.
have gotten, sometimes when I'm doing a consultation right off the bat, sometimes I know this person is not ready.
Mhm.
Like I know, and it pains me sometimes, but like, you're not ready. I don't want to waste my time either. Like, listen, I could be giving my time to someone else that really needs it and wants it.
Yep.
Period.
Yep. No, and that's great that you bring that up. I know that we're kind of running on time, but if you have a few more minutes, because the next slot, basically she moved, and so I was going to bring in some Crown by Faith stuff, and I actually want to talk about how I reached out, and through people that are going to be working with me in the 2026 agenda kit, the whole year planner, that I want to connect them with you on faith and finances. Like,
Mhm.
so maybe we can talk that through. People are going to need to get your binder kit. They're going to need, if they're going to want to do that challenge with you. But I'm so passionate about knowing that faith and finances have to. It can bring you a sense of peace if you work those together,
Right.
and we're partnering up to do that. So Denise is actually one that has got the 2026 Crown Agenda. Like, her box kit will be shipping out. So so with that, we'll talk about like what her binder looks like, because I want to make sure that she gets one, even if I include that in her kit, and I can work that out with you. But if anybody else wants to do that, just know, like, I believe in the work that Yada does so much. And that one episode, I'm just going to say it, that one episode that you did in Badass Mama Moves had me in tears, because it took me back to where I felt years ago. It took me back to where I am, and still some emotional attachments to money stuff and self-worth. Put it that way. Sometimes when you look at the dollar amount, you attach that to your own personal self-worth, and it's not. Just because
Mhm.
your bank account might be like red, it doesn't mean that you are negative. Like it, and I think that we need to bring that forward. So can you just speak to how that whole faith, like that whole episode came to you through you? Because that's the one that I reached out to Yada and said, I don't know what this looks like yet. I don't know how we're going to make this happen, but I need you to be a resource to the people that are coming through the Crown by Faith Collective, because we've got to talk about money. Like, we've got to. So can you just kind of tell how that episode came up and through you?
Yeah, so some episodes I just search for
Oh, we got to freeze.
not
Yeah, you froze for
really
just a
God
minute.
prompting you.
There you go.
Hmm?
Okay, you froze for just a minute. You're there.
Oh,
Yeah.
so some of the topics I just pick myself and whatnot. Some of them it's just like God nudging me to it, and this was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially now that we are going to the holidays, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of things that people, you know, they have to buy a gift to every single person when they don't really have to. Listen, it's been years I don't buy a gift to anybody. I don't care, call me cheap, I just don't, period.
No.
I'm not going to go into debt for a gift that people are just going to put in at the end of the closet in a week. Anyway. So it's just trusting God, just trusting God with your money and your life, and trusting that He will provide, me included. Me and that episode was for me as well. I'm living that as a single mom. Is super scary not to know, you
Yeah.
know, um, how your next month is really going to look, how 6 months from now is going to really look, because anything can happen. But it's just having that peace and trusting God, you know, that He will provide all that you need when you need it, exactly when you need it, His timing. You know, I was, I was in a point in my life sometime this year, earlier this year, that I was out of work for a little bit for a personal reason. I was not getting my full check. Business was a little slow, and I was so scared that I didn't even have enough to pay the mortgage. And to the point that I was suffocating. I was getting so antsy. Like I would shake. I would feel it in my body. I would just cry out of the blue. And my life coach is like, you just need to give it to God. You need to just let go and let Him do what does best. And that's exactly what I did. And get you not, all of a sudden, I see a deposit from my job in my account. Like, what the heck is this? I'm not working. What it was? The bonus for the year before that I totally forgot about. That was coming. Like, oh my God, that's the mortgage right there. So it's just trusting God with everything. It's not easy. Absolutely, it's just really not. Right? Especially when you have only one income in the house. But it's just really trusting. And again, trusting God, but you also need to do what you need to do.
Yes.
Right? It's not for you to be
Yep. Oh no, do we freeze again? We
you
froze again.
know
Okay.
commit and discipline and do what you need to do as well. You need to do your
Yeah.
part.
I think for me a big part of it was because I just had to throw my hands up. I mean, I think for me the bottom line was when I realized like my husband at the time like uh didn't even keep his life insurance going. There was no life insurance. Like there was nothing. So all of this stuff was just like, and everybody from the outside thought we had all this stuff. We had all this stuff. Well, it just was horrible. But there came a point where I had to get honest, but then I had to give it to God and be like, I don't know why I got here. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know how I'm going to fix it. I don't know what we're doing. But then that's when he's like, well, and you're going to start a business. I'm like, really? Like right now? And it just always, it just always worked out. And I don't know,
Mhm.
maybe not how I always wanted it to, but it always did in the way that it needed to. And it's not easy, but it's not going to get any better if we don't have conversations like this and if we don't
Yeah.
create the support systems to be honest about it and say like, yeah, I might be doing all of this, but I still got this stresses too. And
Mhm.
I might be a financial expert, but it doesn't mean my finances don't have to, play Tetris
That's
with my
right.
budget too. Like we got to just be real and honest about it. So,
Absolutely. We need community. We can't do things alone.
yes.
We
Yes.
need community. And
Absolutely. So, definitely put your links down on how people can, get the binders, get access to the downloads, or even just connect with you. Make sure that that's in there. And then as I go into next talking about Crown by Faith, I'm actually going to let people know that if they get the Crowned Agenda kit for 2026, I am purchasing from you their binder kit and they will be able to be included in that. And so that's a done deal. And Denise has already gotten one, so I
mm,
will be getting that for her from you, and we can get that sent to her as well. But for anybody else that purchased their Crowned Agenda kit um, today, they can go on they're actually on the Besitos Beauty website because I'm just throwing everything there.
mhm.
Anybody can put in Expo, they can get their percentage off. But if they do that, we're gonna work with you and make sure that they get one of those binder kits because I am adamant the finances is a huge part of it. And
It is.
finances, the anxiety that it carries, um, you become uncomfortable, you want to hide, you actually hold yourself back. There
Mm-hmm.
are things that you're called to do that you're not doing, and it's all tied to that money piece.
Yes, money touches almost every area, if not every area of your life.
Yes.
That's
So,
why it's so important to be a well, a great steward of it.
yeah. Yes. Yep. And by you using that word, it's even incorporated into the planner, which people need to know. Yada got the 2026 kit as well.
Yes,
Like, that's how much we support each other. Like, she's like
yes,
all about having worked with me for years. And then as soon as she did the binder, I'm like, I am buying one of those. And I am just so adamant that we've got to change the way it looks, that we're going to come together and make sure that whoever gets the kit gets one of those as well. And we just, 2026 is the year we just lock arms and like make
amen.
it all happen.
In the
So,
name of Jesus. Yes, I'm
all right.
excited. I'm excited. I'm gonna
Yay.
put all my links in the chat right now
Yep.
when we get off.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, guys. And make sure that you reach out to Yada and just, she's a great support system. She's got groups, she's got her show. That one episode, maybe put that link in here
I
too,
will.
because that one episode, guys, you got to watch it. And I'm not saying that just because it's on my network. I'm saying it because it's an amazing show. You need to watch it. The information is incredible. So thank you, beautiful, for being
Love
here
you.
today. All right. Okay, guys. So we're gonna segue right in, and because I've got probably about 18 minutes before our next small business pops on here. So I want to talk about Crowned by Faith now. Okay, we've already talked about Besitos Beauty, but what I want to let you know is that all the Crowned by Faith items, everything that I'm going to show you, is actually on besitosbeauty.com right now under a Crowned by Faith collection, because I wanted to make it simple and because I wanted to actually offer the Expo discount, the Expo savings on this stuff as well. It's that important to me. So the first thing, and I'm going to talk about this one first because we just talked about Yada's money binder system. So the Crowned Agenda, guys, um, I don't have like a visual of it right here, but I have like a little paper here. Okay. The Crowned Agenda from 2019, when I did lose everything, I had to come up with a system for my brain that was going to help me stay focused, stay committed, stay organized, and keep things simple. Okay. And you all may or may not know, but my brain's got ADHD, it's got OCD, it's got these things in there. So I can have this big picture and I can be like, oh, squirrel, let me do that. Let me do that. I really can, in case you didn't know. So I had to find something that was going to allow me to stay focused, keep my big picture goals in my face, but allow me to be detail oriented. So I knew what I was going to be doing day after day after day to stay on track to crush my goals. There's a difference between setting goals than there is to actually achieving goals. So when people say like, oh my gosh, you've built this, you've built that, you've done this, you've done that, and I did it in a very short amount of time and like starting with zero money. But this is how I did it. And I created a system that worked for me. So what I have is, this is the Crowned Agenda. Now, this is just 1 month. You get 12 because, guys, we make a planner for every month, but we start with the big picture goal. So when you get the Crowned Agenda, we're talking 2026 in a box. Okay. So you're going to get a box that has 12 planners in it. You're going to get 12 monthly planners. Plus, you're going to get the book. Okay. You're going to get the Crowned Agenda, or the Crowned by Faith book. Let me get that. This is just kind of like included. So maybe you're like, oh, shoot, I already ordered a book. Well, you'll get another one. So you can gift it to somebody. The other thing that I also said is we're going to add in one of Yada's money binders. But this is on the website, besitosbeauty.com. But what we do is we start with the workshop. And so when you're looking at a big flyer here, and it looks like you can see these virtual things, we start with a virtual workshop, kind of like this, but we're all in it. We're all working together. It's 2 hours. Okay. I'm going to say it's a 2-hour workshop, and I break down how to set big goals for 2026. So we start there. I give you some of the tools that I have used for all of these years that I've been able to build all of this. But then you are going to actually physically get 12 monthly planners. You're going to get the book, but we're going to work together throughout 2026 to help you stay on track. I see it every time. I see people get started and they fall off. I see people at the start of the year. This comes back from my fitness industry days. Everybody's like, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to go to the gym every day. I'm going to work out every single day. Like, I see it. I've seen it for years. And about 8 weeks is the magic number. If you can get to 8 weeks, that's great. Many people don't get to 8 weeks. If you can get to 8 weeks, and then by the time you hit 12, it's now become a habit. It's now become pattern. But it's very difficult to get to 8 weeks. People fall off. Okay. They come out every day. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. And so what happens is you burn out instead of coming out at a steady long-term pace. So everything that you need to know is on there. Go to besitosbeauty.com. Go to the Crown by Faith collection. You'll see about the Crowned Agenda Kit. Right now you can get it on sale at the discounted if you enter code Expo. And we're going to also throw in one of the money binder kits from Yada so that we can work on your finances. Okay. So that's that one thing. Now, the next thing that I want to share with you is that my book is on there. Okay. My book is on there. Now, for everyone that has already pre-ordered your book, it's already coming. Okay. And I'm going to show you, it's going to be coming in its own white box. We're going to wrap it in its gold tissue. I'm so proud of this. So we've got the Crowned by Faith hardback. Now, what you might not know about this book is it has a whole soundtrack built in with it. And at the end of every chapter, there's a QR code that will actually link you directly to the song. Because it's just a faith-based project of mine that the music tells the story on its own. And so that's just really exciting. But the other thing that we have is a workbook. Okay. I love these binder systems. Why do I love these binder systems? Number one, they're plastic on the outside. So if you're like me and you dribble coffee, it's going to be fine. You can wipe it right off. It's got a black plastic cover. They're bendable. Okay. But your papers aren't going to get ripped, but it is bendable. It'll stay protected. So if you need to grab it, put it in a bag, put it somewhere, wrap it up. It's not going to bend the paper, but it keeps it bendable. And the other piece is it opens up all the way. So sometimes if you use the 3-ring binder, it can't fold all the way back. And then it takes up tons of space. But with a system like this, it just opens up and it bends all the way. So this workbook is designed to go alongside this book. And the reason that I say that is the book, it's not just my story. My stories are examples, but God gave some thinking prompts for you. God gave some work for you to be able to look at your own story and really look at things through the lens of his love. And what that is going to do is it's going to transform some of the stories that may have been painful for you, some of the experiences that could be causing financial anxiety, some of the experiences that could be causing fear of relationship, that could be keeping you in survival mode. I've experienced all of that. And until I was able to look at some of those painful experiences through the lens of God's love and realize what was I learning through that? Not just the difficult parts of it, but it was difficult. But why? What was the lesson in it? God's education is different than ours. And so those questions and those thinking points and all of the stuff that he was giving me to see my life through a completely different lens, I'm now giving you. So you can read in the book, or you can dive deeper in the workbook and actually do the work yourself. So that's available out there on the website. And the other thing that we're adding in, okay, and also I got stuff here. When you get your kits, like everything comes in its own envelope. So there will be 12 of these for your whole year. Okay, like a whole year, guys. And these are high quality. So you could buy just a month alone, and to get the whole year, it's a package deal. It's a good deal. And so here, the other piece, there's some bundle options out there too. Okay, there's some bundle options. And so if you haven't checked out this prayer journal, I love it because it's gold foil. It comes in its own gift box. So even if this isn't for you and you want to get it for a friend, but this is also a hardback prayer journal. So why do I love hardback so much? That was a great question at my book celebration. These are both hardbacks. Because to me, it's more of a keepsake. It does feel special. They are high quality. They are protected. They will be around for like a long, long time. This isn't something that you just want to read and toss aside. This is something that can be gifted and passed down. There's lessons in here, God's lessons in here. And so same with the prayer journal. This is a hardback. Okay. It has a satin ribbon placeholder. And as you open, there are simple writing pages, but there are also some amazing journal prompt pages. There's like a lot of different stuff in here. You've got prompts to read. Now, why did I create this journal? Okay, like there's a lot in here. It's beautiful. I am so proud of this journal as well. And different things to just keep you uplifted and motivated and inspired. But one of the reasons I'm so proud of this as well is because when my world was like crumbling down, writing was one of the best ways for me to be able to communicate with God, because there were some things that I still couldn't say out loud. They simply just floated in my head. All these conversations, all these coulda, woulda, shouldas, all of these questions were just bombarding my head. And I told you guys, I have like all these things going on in my brain. My brain is very active. And I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to just sit there and like just let it keep going. So I started writing. I would write when I was angry. I would write when I was grateful. I would write when I was sad. I would write when I was afraid. Like I just had to start that conversation with God by putting my pen to paper. And it's amazing it was able to come out. And that's why I created this actual journal, because some people don't even know where to begin. And what a beautiful place to be able to do that. So you can see there's all kinds of different pages. There's all kinds of different things in here. So there are bundle options. This is also available at besitosbeauty.com right now. Of course, I got other websites and other landing pages and things everywhere, but I wanted to make this as simple as possible. So if you go to besitosbeauty.com, you can load up on your lipstick and load up on your journal. Like everything is there. And if you put Expo in the discount code, it'll automatically deduct the discount that we have going on because of this online experience. Now, for the year of 2026, the Crowned Agenda, we have a workshop. That workshop, you will get specific dates that it is going to be happening, and it's also recorded. So even if you're not available on specific dates, you will get the recording and you will still be able to talk it through and work with me. We are going to get online year, like you are going to be with me for the year. All right. And you are going to get a book. You're going to get all the planners, like everything that you're going to need is going to be there. And again, because of today and because of the special and because I believe in what Yada is doing, you're going to also get her money challenge binding kit, that the smaller kit that will be sent to you as well. I'm going to add that in for anybody that gets the Crowned Agenda, and Yada's actually in that too. So you'll be able to connect with her and talk with her in our private setting. So I'm just very passionate about this work that we're doing. And so there's other bundle specials on there. Like you can get a bundle special where you get the book and the journal. That's one. You got bundle specials where you can get the book, the workbook, and the journal. Like there's all kinds of specials out there. So just find the one that works best for you. There's even some where you can get the Surrender to Rise series, the King and Queen's edition with the workbook. I mean, everything, there's many different options. So I just want you to be open and know that whatever's there is there. And if you have any other questions, feel free to just message me directly and I can answer them for you. But I am so passionate and so convinced that God is using me as a vessel to help many of you throughout 2026 get it together. Get it together, but admit that it's difficult. Life is going to drop bombs, and we need to be prepared in advance for when those bombs drop, because I was not prepared. At 44 years old, I was not prepared to take on the title of widow, and I was not prepared to lose any kind of financial cushion, savings. Like I lost everything. I lost my property. I lost everything, and I was not prepared for that. I lost my home. I lost everything, and I was not prepared. And I'm not where I want to be yet. But it took me several years to just catch my footing. And now I've created the things that have helped me come back out of all of that. And that's why we're doing this forward, because it needs, I know I'm not the only one that needs it, put it that way. So get with me, ask me questions, all the good things. And as we get ready to move on, I am going to play our little Jingle All the Way song, let you kind of get situated. And we will have our next small business feature coming up here shortly. Let me see if we can get this one going here.
Oh, let's gather round, feel the cheer today. Jingle bells ringing, let's jingle all the way. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome one, welcome all to our merry display. Small business is shining in the brightest way. From handmade treasures to gifts that amaze. Get ready for the magic, it's a holly jolly craze.
Okay, we're rocking and rolling. I love doing things like this because you're making connections, you're supporting your sisters, and you realize how amazing the people that you are connected with are and the impact that we are making in the world. And so, our next small business owner to join us is making huge impact. I absolutely love her. So, I'm going to bring her on right now. We got Miss Raquel Soto. Hello, beautiful.
Hello, my love. Can you hear me
How are
okay?
you?
Good. Running around. You know how we do.
Yes. You and I haven't even had a chance to connect in like about 2 weeks because we've both been running around. So,
Yes, yes. Lots of beautiful things, making impact, having that ripple effect through history, through people's destinies, activating them through story. And so I'm so excited to be here with you today.
yay. Well, I know that this is your first time being part of my Jingle All the Way online expo. This is
Yes.
something I created a few years ago because I just know that small business needs a lot of love and support. And now we're going to be able to add it to our Prospera TV network and do the replays. So 17 countries again and again and again are going to be able to get the message. So I want you to be able to share with people, number one, a little bit about yourself, but about what you want to highlight today in your small business, and let's just dive into it. Share.
Awesome. Well, I am just like you. I think my new tagline was I am obsessed with making people immortal.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then so how do we do that, right? We do that through publication, we do that through multimedia. We get to do that, collecting people's stories and also help them rewire their reality. So if you're new to me, hi, my name is Raquel and I'm your GPS for success. My specialty is in combining neuroscience, epigenetics, emotional regulation, and biblical principles together in order to help you really live out the John 10:10 life that God promised us, right? Jesus came to give us life and then life more abundant to the full until it overflows, by all means excessive. But how do you actually live that excessive life? And then how do you, some people know how to like do that, but they don't know how to maintain it. And so, right, we've all know people, they know how to make money, but they don't know how to keep it. So how do you sustain that life? And so I'm really passionate about helping people live the life that God has actually created for them to live. They're actually designed and purpose for it. Everything they need is already encoded in their cells. And that's why I'm so excited to be part of the Prospera TV network, because that's what the TV show is about, One Breakthrough Now. So on One Breakthrough Now, the first season, we had we're rewiring reality, right? So what is it that, how can we actually shift how we're currently living to the life that God has promised us? And there's like a 12-week arc, and all my shows are like a 12-week arc. So that was the first season. And that's actually the first thing that I have for you guys, is that there is a Rewire Reality workbook that goes with it. But with the workbook, you get all these other things, which we can talk about in a minute. And so that's why I love being part of Prospera, because the whole channel is really about, faith-driven entrepreneurs who want you to live out the life that God has promised you. So whether that's in health and wellness, in your mindset, in your body. I love that we have such a variety of people on the network, because it's really touching every facet of your lifestyle as well. So I love being part of Prospera TV network because of that, and I get to bring in what God has laid on my heart. And then the other thing was around my first anthology, which was just launched, saying yes to the whisper, how one yes to God changed everything. And so I'm really excited to be part of Elena's world, because we move in similar gifts but different. But we get to support one another and also to support you, which is most important.
I love that. I love all of that. And it is amazing. And this is the power of the connection. Is like you and I had a virtual coffee just like months ago about nothing, just meeting each other. And then it was just like boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
And and this is a prime example of like complementary worlds, similar work, but very unique, because that's what God does. Like it's
Mhm.
we can there's enough like, especially in small business, people think like, oh, that was my idea, or oh, I was going to do that. And it's like, and do it anyway. Like, you're unique, you're meant to do it. And so with your show and the way that you have designed your show to be a series that then leads into people actually being able to work with you, what is that workbook that you're talking about right now?
And I wish I can find it because I was looking for it and I misplaced it because I was working in it. And you know how it is? It's like, I'll put it somewhere safe.
Yep. Yep.
Where is that safe place again?
I do that all the
So
time.
what I
Yep.
like, I know it's just, I think that's part of being hyper creative. You're like, I'll put it here. It's safe. Where is it? Everybody in the chat be like, yeah, me too. Me too. You could just be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm one
It's
of
so
those.
safe. You can't even find it.
I know. I was just like, I know I have, and I have like literally like 10 books around me. And I'm like, where is that one book I needed that I was working in? But I love it because what I, especially like us, right? We're faith driven, we're heart centered, we coach people. And so I have actually dialed back in my one-to-one coaching. I have a few people that I see every a little bit, but because of the TV show and other things that I've been doing, I just really can't do that as often as I would like to, and really what I'm called to. And sometimes that happens, right? You're doing a good thing, but God's like, even though it's good, even though there's traction there, you need to put that down. And it was because of doing the TV show. So in the first season, and second season is also like that, but the first one was really concentrating around rewiring reality. So the first part of the segment, the first 14 minutes, is foundation, and then the second part of the show, then it's implementation, right? So it's almost like I'm live coaching but not live coaching, and I'm coaching you through it. But then, like, you know how we are, right? We're like, oh, that's not enough. What else are they going to need? Because that's my specialty. It's called One Breakthrough Now. And it's actually, I'm a breaker. I have a breaker's anointing. And so people have that breakthrough, but how can they sustain it? And so to go deeper, God's like, okay, they need a workbook. And so then the workbook goes back to there's 12 chapters for the 12 episodes. And it tells you like the QR code, so you can go back and watch it again. And then I was creating that, it just felt like I was like, that's still not enough for some. Some people need the community aspect, or they want to do it digital. And I was just like, okay, I'll do that. He's like, oh, and they also need coaching audios. So then I built a portal. So when you buy the book, it's like a bundle. And I love doing bundles within my own things because I'm like, oh, because now you're getting a multi-sensory experience, and that's how you can really sustain something. So I have the One Breakthrough Now, which is free. Obviously, you go to Prospera Network, and then there is a workbook. But when you buy the workbook, it unlocks free for you the private community on school, the coaching audios, the digital version, and then I coach once a month.
Okay.
So, and then everybody comes once a month, and then I coach them live in a group coaching session. And so
Oh, nice.
you get
So
all
it's like a
those.
once a month, everybody comes together and gets the coaching from you for what they're working on. And then they go on and do, and so once a month. Okay. Awesome.
Yes. And every month, the people who show up, because you have to
That's a
still
key.
show
You
up,
gotta,
right?
you gotta show up.
You got to show up. And so every time the people that show up always come like immediately into my DMs, like, I needed this today. I got a breakthrough. And then they're telling me, for the next week or two, like the things that are unraveling, because again, right, it's like something gets cracked open, and then they're able to do what God's calling them to do, or they have a different perspective, and now they have a paradigm shift within them. So I couldn't get away from coaching completely. So that's the way that I'm able to coach people through that. And what's also being built right now is the chat version of me. So the chat GPT, the only way you'll be able to get access is through that portal. When you buy the book, the portal comes with it. And so now you have coaching with me 24/7. And I made it at a price point that's irresistible. It's like, I like $20 or something right now, and the price will be going up. But right now it's only like when you buy the book for like $20, you get everything, right? Everything unlocks. And then once the chat GPT goes up, it'll go up slightly, and it'll keep on going higher and higher. But it was a way for me to give back. It's a way for me to coach people, even put all my stuff in there electronically, show up for people once a month, because not everybody wants to pay for a coach again because they've been burned or they don't have the resources. And so I'm always thinking about where are the gaps in the market and what can I do to fill them. And so it's like, oh, okay, then I can do that. I can give back in this way. So if you know, if you don't have any money, well, you need to go watch those 12 episodes over and over again. And then you'll get the money for whatever it is that God's telling you to do. There's no excuses, right? Binge watch the show over and over again if you have no coins in your pocket, and you'll get some coins in your pocket. I promise you, that's the way it works. I mean, I can't promise
love
you because
that.
NBC will be like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying
love
that's what's been happening to people.
That is great. So if people are like, okay, I need to start somewhere, what's the first thing they do? Do they email? Is there a web link? Like, what's the first thing that somebody would say, like, I need to know more about all of this?
Yes. So I built a in my and I didn't put it in the front because I gotta go and do that. But when you go to my website, is your GPS for success.net and then /2025 holiday. And then I have the 3 holiday specials in there. And I have a hidden one that I didn't put on there because I just wanted to give it for Elena's code. I'm gonna do a promo code with Elena's name in it.
Ooh, special.
But yeah, that's only yes, special one. So that's the first one when you go to that link. And then after this, I'll go ahead and put it in the front. So your GPS for success.net. You just go to the button that says holiday, and then it will take you to the holiday page. It'll make it very easy for you.
I love that. So I'm putting right now in the chat. So it's www.yourgpsforsuccess.net is the main site.
Yes.
And then, so I'm going to put that in there first so that people can go there. And then once they're there, then they can find what's next. Is that how it works? Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll make it very easy. I want to make it very easy for you.
So you just had, because I'm part of the book anthology that you just released, Saying Yes to the Whisper. Number one, congratulations. That is beautiful.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Oh my gosh. So it was, it was funny because after I started saying that and started talking about the book, 2 months later, people were saying, yeah, I was saying yes to the whisper. I'm like, y'all talking about my book? But it's really about how one yes to God changed everything. And again, creating this multi-sensory experience for the reader. What happens is that a lot of times people think about the author, which we should, right? Because we're helping them. It's so important for us to share our stories. And I'm going to be part of many anthologies that are not mine next year because it's so important for us to share the story. Our testimonials, we're told in Revelation that, yes, we have the victory by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. People's victories get activated when there's always a co-partnership with God. And so like he does his part, he's done his part, but our part is to share the testimony. And sometimes we don't want to do that because we're like, that was my past. I don't want to think about it anymore. I've been healed of it. But the truth is that when you're sharing your testimony, it actually activates in somebody else's a breakthrough because they need to know that they're not alone. And so when we were doing this and we were doing a soft launch last Saturday around this time is when it started. And people were talking about the painful things that they went through, but how God showed up and how they really leaned into saying yes to him. From people who terminated pregnancies and that was like a first time she was saying it and talking about it live. People who were like adopted not once but twice, and all these like abuse that happened, but then like how God turned everything around. A widow who ended up having like, I think at that time she had maybe like 9 kids at the time when she was widowed. And so like how God showed up for her. And so all these different stories, including Elena's, who was, in it, for those of you who may or may not know her story of widowhood as well. And she wrote the forward to it. So I put it on here, right? And forward by Elena Rodriguez. So I'm so excited and proud of that.
Thank you.
And so we created, it's important for us to share these stories. But sometimes, people like the story, or they're not readers, or they love audiobooks, right? And so what we did was we created a multi-sensory experience again, created a portal where you have, once you buy the book, you get access to the portal, and that's the digital version, the audio version, a soundtrack that goes with it. A lot of the authors had their chapters turned into a song, and so that is continuing to be loaded. We're almost done with the soundtrack. We have a lot of free gifts from the authors. So it's like thousands of dollars worth of resources also when you buy the book. And the bundle is only $30 right now. But when you go, if you don't want the physical book, you're more interested in just the digital experience, that's only 17, and that's brand new. And so you can come in, get inspired, you get to talk to the authors, you get to talk to the readers, right? Because we love community. And so you'll be able to also, within the portal, every month it'll be updated with what's going on, right? The journey continues with the authors, what they're doing. So that way you can continue to speak to the authors, connect with them and the other readers of saying yes.
That's amazing. Now, you built all this on your own?
Yes, I did. Thankfully, I am quite techie, but I'm only techie because I've been friends with one of the co-authors for a long time, Anna Andrea. She is a person who is known for making irresistible experiences, and so every time I was doing something, even building it, I can hear her in my head, that does not create a good user experience for Kel. I was just like, ugh. And I had to like redo it because I can hear her. You meet
Yeah.
people, and it's
Mhm.
like they're staying in your head, and I was just like doing something, and I was even putting the soundtrack, and I can hear her in my head, that does not create a good user experience for Kel. I was like, oh,
I love
it's like, oh
that.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
does it.
now that's
So
never
like,
going to leave my head either. Like hearing it from your mouth that into my ears, that's going to stick with me too.
yeah, it does, right? And sometimes people think like, oh, you have to do a lot of things to change. I'm like, no, you can just hear something once, and it just becomes a permanent post-it note in your brain. so so Anna has become, a lot of things she says has become a permanent post-it note in my brain. So as I was creating this, I'm like, okay, how do I create? Because I want the authors to be proud, right? So that way they talk about it. I want the readers to have a great experience because they'll become our evangelists, where they're having this multi-sensory experience of having it in different ways, and also continuing to create that community around saying yes. And we want to inspire the readers, to continue to say yes. And what better way to do that than to let them know that the co-authors, what they're doing every single month, and they can connect with them and see how our authors are continuing to say yes to God in their own lives.
I love that. And when you first came to me and talked about the forward, it's like it was honor. It was an honor to be able to be part of that, because we're all here just because I simply said yes to a whisper, a crazy whisper, right? And
Yes.
and so then, when to be able to dive in and do an actual chapter in the book, I mean, it's just beautiful. And I think people, I don't know, sometimes people hold themselves back because they think like, oh, I could never do that, or oh, she's like, doing things, and I could never do that. And it's like, we're just everyday real people that simply have just said yes to that whisper. And so, what you have built here, and to create that experience for all of those that are going to come in your path, and then ultimately all of our paths, I mean, that's amazing when you think about it.
Yeah. And it was so funny because I heard it, a prayer and meditation. It's like, this is what I want you to do. And I'm like, okay. And instead of asking you and other people like Emilio Roman, who's, that's what he does. He does a lot of anthologies, and he's a publishing company. And so just getting people's advice, and like, oh, I love how they do this. I love how they bring this experience to life. And I had zero. I did not want to do like a book launch, a live one. And, God has other plans.
Mhm.
And I was in prayer and meditation, and it was just like he was whispering literally in my ear, like he was sitting next to me, and it was just like, Lizette, which is one of the co-authors, Lizette's going to ask you about this. Say yes to her, and whatever she says, just say yes. And I wrote it down, And I didn't pray about it anymore because I didn't want to do it anyway. So I was just like, fine, but I don't want to do it. So I'm just gonna now you mention it to her and pump the pump the bride. And then 2 weeks later, her and I are talking about her chapter, and the thought came to me about having the soft launch, like having this, having people there live. And I was just like, oh, maybe it was the pizza and it wasn't God. And literally right before she hung up, she says, oh, and by the way, have you thought about
Oh, look at that.
I have a place that I think would be great. And I was like, as a matter of fact. But then at the launch, I had 4 people come to me and tell me that they were not going to go that day. Like they had bought the tickets, they had cleared their schedule, and they were talking themselves out of it. And they just felt like God was telling them, you need to go here.
Wow.
No, you need to go. And the 4 of them was like, God has been dealing with me to surrender around this thing and to trust him and to say yes. And they were crying and they were like, I'm saying yes today. I'm committed. I'm telling you right now that I'm committing myself to him and to this yes.
Wow.
And
wow.
Sometimes God wants us to do something, and we hear that phrase that the shepherd goes after the one. That he always goes after the one, and then we say, "Well, God, send me. I'll go after the one." And then we get irritated when there's only one. But this is, if anything, that launch was for those 4 people.
Yeah.
They needed to be in that space to hear their stories, to be loved, to be seen, to know that they weren't being judged, because we were airing out our dirty laundry in a book and saying, this is what happened. This was painful. Look at God. And giving him, we had worship too. I haven't sang in public like that in decades.
Nice.
And we had worship service for half. And so, if anything, for those 4 people, and this did do something for the authors too, because as they were coming in and they were giving their stories, things in them started to crack open, because now they were releasing more of that hidden pain and maybe any hidden shame and guilt. And so it gave them the capacity to carry more good, right? Because nature hates a vacuum. So they created this vacuum because it was, the story now was out there, but now good was happening. So they ended up doing all kinds of things, having more podcasts, having more money, more clients. People were like going into the arts. They had all this music in them and poetry and things. And they were finally stepping into that, but it was after they said yes. So
yes,
and
that,
don't
and you
know
bring
the
a,
ripple. And so for us, it was, oh my gosh.
Oh, I was going to say, you bring a great point up through the whole part of the book of just saying yes to that whisper, but it is that you of saying yes first. Many people sometimes think like, well, if this starts working out for me, or if it starts going in a good way, then I'll go all in. And sometimes you got to go all in, most times, before you start seeing the result of what it's all meant to do. Like, you've got to just say yes and commit and go all in, and then it starts to unfold, and that can be a scary thing.
Well, especially because we're so, and I was talking to somebody and I didn't realize that performance driven and results driven. Now that has its place to look at the results, but at the end of the day, when we're looking at kingdom, God sees results like our ROI is obedience. He's in charge of the outcome. Now he tells us what the outcome is going to be. The work of our hands are blessed. Our tents will expand. We'll be able to impact people. There are scriptures for that. There are promises of the end result. But in the moment is to remember that all he's asking for us is our yes, is the obedience, because that is how he's judging success. And so we are judging on this earth, and it's always performance driven. And somebody had said, and when I was talking about that, like, God has been dealing with me for that for months, of like, no, it's not performance. It's me. You can actually dial it down a bit. let me drive. You keep on taking the wheel from me. Let me drive. And it was like going back to the garden, because, the snake was telling Eve, well, you'll be like God. She was already like God. He made her in his image and in his likeness. So it's like we're trying to perform to be what God has already said we are. And so
Mhm.
that is why we need to pause and like, okay, what do we actually have to do here? Oh, we're just required to say yes and then do, right? Faith without works is dead. What is the next baby step that he's asking us to take? Because even baby steps are scary. You know, you're like, well, I've never done that before. But in Joshua, in the book of Joshua, he says, stay close to me because you've never been this way before.
Mhm.
And that's it. Stay,
Yep.
if he's asking you to do something scary, like right when you decided to do the network, when you were doing, the lipstick launch, all these things, is like you've never been that way before. The
Mhm.
requirement was for you to stay close to him and he was going to show you what to do.
Yep.
And that is the secret sauce. Just saying yes and then stay close. And he'll show you the strategy. He'll show you the way. He'll open the doors. He'll give you the favor. He'll give you the grace because it was his idea anyway.
Yep. Yeah.
And then the end result is you will be successful because God is a bougie God. He has like gold streets and a big pearl as the gate. It's like he dresses the grass with lilies. I mean, he's bougie. So yes, you're going to be massively monetarily successful because that's what he. It's like, yeah, duh, like because that's who he is. But our partnership with him is just say yes and stay close. It's
I
really that
love
simple
that.
and it's really
I
that hard
love
because it's
that.
very
And
easy to get distracted.
yes, and we've got a comment here from Denise that says, I am learning to accept that God gives us what we need, not what we want or desire, and just say yes. Fear keeps us from doing so much. I have learned from you to always put God first and let him do his job. Absolutely. Amen.
Yes, because he does give us what we want as well when it's in alignment for when it's good for us, So he does give us the desires of our heart because he says so. But the funny thing is that he would change the desire of your heart to be his desire, and then you think it's your idea because he does that. He lets us feel like we're so independent. He's like, "Oh, it's my idea. This is what I want now." He's just like, "Yeah, that's what I want for you too. You got it." He knows how to work in our hearts to make it feel like, we're so independent and it was our idea to change our desire.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I love when I hear you talk from I want to say like from his perspective because you make us see him I know God has a sense of humor and he's like he cracks up with me like all the time.
Yeah.
But just the way you put some things into words like it's adorable. It makes you feel like God is just one cool dude.
He is, man. He really is. It's like
Mhm.
if you the more you hang out with them, it's like it's like, have you ever met one of those people where like they seem real stoic, but then you hang out with them, you're like, oh my gosh, you're hilarious. Why doesn't everybody? You should be like doing stand up. You're so funny. That's pretty much got to. Like you think he's one way, and you hang out with him, you're like, you're so funny.
And I'm like, I need a little bit of a sense of humor because I'm so serious all the time. And then I'm like, and that's how I am, and I love myself for being that way. um, so tell
You
us
are perfectly designed for what God has called you to do.
yes, absolutely. And so tell everybody, again at GPS for success.com, but if they want to reach out to you or if
.net.
they have or .net, exactly .net, and we put that in there because the first time I put it I only put one S because I'm trying to type from my phone, but I got it in there correctly. But so joining us today, like if somebody wants to reach out to you or I know that you just launched saying yes to the whisper, are there any things in the future if people wanted to join something else that you're doing? Do you have anything on the horizon?
I do. I have the next anthology is going to launch on 7/7. It's called The Entrepreneur's Edge. So it's for us faith-driven mavericks and how we ended up doing business God's way. And, we did not compromise. And, the stories of that. So it's kind of like saying yes for the whisper, but it's really for entrepreneurs and sharing some secrets in there of how to navigate those waters. And right now it is $1,000 off. So instead of $19.97, it's going to come with the soundtrack and there's like $10,000 worth of things within of what I'm providing for you. That's also already up. It's only $9.97 for a limited time, and then it's going to go to
Yay!
$14.97 and then $19.97. Yeah. So, and if you need a payment plan, let's talk about it, because I don't want money to be an issue of why you're saying no to God. It's like, okay, I'll take the excuse from you. Oh, you can do payment plans. Okay, let's talk. We'll do that. So, yeah, that's the next thing, and then we will be doing a volume 2 of Saying Yes to the Whisper, and that'll launch on 11/11.
Love it. Congratulations. Good stuff. And I just appreciate you spending time with us in our little Jingle All the Way online expo, and to just highlight you, the work that you're doing, and the amazing, like the lives that you're impacting. It's just beautiful. So thank you so much for being here with us today.
And thank you for inviting me. Love you guys. Have a great holiday season.
Alrighty. Bye-bye. All right. Oh my goodness. So we've got, let's see here. I feel like there's a couple. Oh, so I didn't see this question. Denise, where are you tuning in from, Raquel? I probably missed that part. Oh, she is in Chicago. So she's in Chicago. She's about 3.5 hours from where I am here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So not too far. So guys, we're moving right along. We still have a few more small businesses here in this online expo. And so this next queen that is joining us, oh my gosh, her and I go back several years, and it's amazing at just the connection, the friendship, the sisterhood, the growth. And I can't wait for you all to meet her. So I'm just going to bring her right on here. We've got Miss Barbara J. Beckley. Hello, Queen.
Woo! Can you hear me, Queen? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How are you?
You know what? I just got to show so much love to you. I'm doing great, but I just love you. I just want to say that, because I never get a chance, because we're so busy now. Every time I get a chance, I want to just throw it out there. So, hey, Queen, I got you. Queen have to lift up Queen. So yeah. Thank you, lady, for doing this. Thank you for bringing me on. Thank you for what you do for the world. You're just a total, I can tell people, lighthouse, and you're just beaming.
I love that. And I say same. Absolutely. And so, I know that you've got a lot that you offer to the world, that you are pouring out. And what I've liked to do here is just give some like total screen time for you to just share everything that is pouring through you on what you got going on, what you want to share about your business. And then I'll pop back on and just ask some questions and stuff. So is that cool for you?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Well, again, I always tell people you can't get time back, right? You can make the money, you can make new friends, you can go to different networks, but you can't get time back. So I really honor this time to make sure that I could let you know, like Queen was just telling you, that, there's things going on with me, but I had to pull back. And I just want people to understand that it's okay to do that. It's okay to pull back in your business. It's okay to pull back in your life. And I don't mean by pull back in a negative. I mean, pull back so you can really focus even more on what your purpose is, what your passion is, what your drive is. So my business, just to let you know the name of it, it's a Diamond Factor Experience. Okay. And I have other names under there, the DFN Broadcast Studios. That's part of my media portion of it, where I help people and I coach people and I give strategies to have their own branding show. But I had to pull back because I had to ask myself, okay, you have your business. I have the structure of it. I have the framework of it, as we want to say, how you want to say it. But I wanted to make sure I was breathing in the purpose and why individuals needed what I was bringing forth. And this is where I had to pull back and say, okay, Barbara, when you first started years and years ago, what was your foundation? What did you say to yourself why you wanted to help others? Well, usually I always tell people, if you're in business, you are the client 10, 15, or whatever years ago that you started the business. So my clients used to be me, but I just moved forward because I said I had to be a leader in that in order to help the clients and people that come through me. So I asked the question, I said, Barbara, Yes, I do. I say that a lot. I'm not crazy. I just do that because I got to do a check-in with myself, and I got to do a check-in with my God. So that's what I do. Oh, hey, yeah, I see some familiar people. So with that, I had to ask the question. I said, okay, are you breathing that life into your business that you purposely and what God purposely had you decide to do, to use to be that vessel? And I said, here's a checkpoint. That was a checkpoint. And I have to say, and I'm being very vulnerable right now because hopefully this is helping others with their business. This is a teachable moment. I know I'm supposed to be talking about my business, which a little bit, I know Queen will come back with some questions, but I wanted to make sure that people understand, always know to do a check-in and always know what your foundation is, because that keeps you soaring in your business. That keeps you going. That keeps you thinking and focused on what you're supposed to be doing in this world, that not only you, but like I said, the vessel that you're supposed to be. That lighthouse that I always tell people that everybody's at, okay? Because you're all lighthouse to the world, okay? Just to let you know that, just put a check in. So I did a checkpoint and I said, my foundation, and this was just God-given, I'm telling you, because I just like, oh, where did this come from? Back in the day. I always said my foundation, this is what I teach now, my PPD. People say, PPD, purpose, passion, and drive. What was my purpose? What is the instrument that I'm supposed to be here? Do I supposed to be the nail? Do I supposed to be the hammer? Do I supposed to be the toolbox? What is my instrument? That's what I had to ask myself. Then the passion. How is it thriving? You know, when you hear passion, it's like whoosh, fire, like, ooh, passion. I don't want to get too in the other passion part, but even with that, you have a passion. It's just ignites all the time. I want to use Elena's example. I want to use Denise's example. What you do, people should see that when you talk. They should hear it when you talk. They should see the movement in you when you talk about your purpose and passion. When Elena gets on stage, either if it's on video, either if she's talking in a podcast, even if she's just talking one-on-one or in a network, you can see that passion. And that's why God's always downloading things to her or what to do for her people. You need to have that same thing because you need to get those downloads. And it has to be pure of what you're breathing into your life or what your passion is. Not somebody else's passion, not somebody else's purpose, and not somebody else's drive, but yours. So when I got pulled back, I had to pull myself back because the biggest thing that I want to make sure, I'm a businesswoman. I'm a visibility person. I help, like I said, I help people with their shows. I help people feel comfortable on camera. I help people strategically understand why they're even thinking about being on camera, all that kind of stuff, right? But the biggest thing is I want to make sure that they're being heard. See, I told you I was my client a few years ago. I wasn't being heard and people would shut me down. They would shut me down and say, Barbara, you're not going to be nothing. You're not about nothing. I don't even know why you're trying to even play in this field. Period. They told me just to sit in a desk in corporate and call it a day because you can't do that other stuff that you're talking about with the speaking and all that stuff. And I had to say to myself, okay, am I going to let fear, and I feel like I'm being crucified, I'm going to be out there, I'm going to put it out there, all that take over the purpose that I have in me and that God have me, or am I going to have my purpose overrate the fear and all the talk and all the noise? So that's me pulling back, and I had to remember all of that. So I asked myself, okay, now, bringing myself now, am I doing what I said I was going to do? Am I helping individuals understand that they have a voice? Am I helping individuals understand that they do have a purpose on here, but it's their purpose, not somebody else's purpose? You don't have to be anybody else. Am I reminding people that? Am I reminding people of the drive, not so much of the car and the gas and everything, but the drive of what you went through, the trauma stuff that you might have went through, the lessons learned that you went through? Am I reminding people that those lessons, the trauma, everything that you dealt with is your drive to do your purpose and passion? See, a lot of people look back and they say, oh, I went through this, and this, and I don't really want to talk about it because I'm not a victim anymore and stuff. I'm like, okay, you're not a victim. We're not going there. We never go there. Those were stepping stones of strength in your life to get you to where you're at now. And that pushes forward, because every time you feel like giving up, every time you feel like I'm not getting the clients I want, every time you say to yourself, I can't think of nothing other creative in my business, that's when you pull back and say, well, wait a minute. I've been through worse. I dealt with worse. And I'm here and I'm standing here and I'm saying to myself, if I can get through all that, I can get through some things with creating some stuff. I can get some clients going. I can talk to people. Sometimes it's just not the right where you're at. It's not the right people that need to be listening. Everybody's not going to be for you. Ooh, did I say that? I don't hope I didn't step on nobody's toes, but it's the truth. And people might be in the same business that you're doing, but people are going to resonate to you, to them. And it has to be that way because that's how the divine order is. There's going to be a lot of people that resonate to Denise. And I'm going to cheer on and I'm going to be so happy for her. There's going to be a lot of people that might resonate to Elena, which there's a lot. And I cheer and I pray for her and I love on her all the time. There's gonna be people, I'm gonna put myself there, right? I'm thinking about me too. There's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna resonate for me. And I know the queens and the kings, because I know there's some men out there watching, thank God for the men too, that they're going to cheer you on and lift you up and say, okay, those are the people that needed to come to you. So don't get upset that, well, this person over here is going to this business and I'm doing the same thing. And why? No. I always say, nah. That's one of my little takes that I do in another podcast that I work for with somebody. But I always tell people, you are for that person. And that's when you got to step back and say, okay, what's your PPD? What was your purpose, passion, and drive? Well, my purpose, passion, and drive is working with people, especially women that need a voice, that don't think they have a voice and have all that trauma, everything going, thinking that's taken over their lives and it's not them. So why would I reach out to somebody in the Gulf area? I'm just using an example. That's the person for what I do. And I got to understand that. So I wanted to just take a step back this morning when Lena so gracefully all the time. It's such an honor to be on Jingle all the way to small business. She believes in you. And that's why she reaches out and she wants you to have this platform so you can talk about what you do. But you always have to make sure any business you're in, if it's in hospitality, if it's in media, if it's in, anything that you're doing, if it's cooking, if it's opening the door for people, whatever it is, you have to understand your true PPD, your purpose, passion, drive, because that's going to push you when those days come. Like I said earlier, when you're like, oh my God, this is like the worst day ever. I am not getting anybody. No one's not coming to me. Every time I create something, it seems like it's a bigger project. Or why is it taking so long to create? Oh man, I put posts out there and I hear crickets. What is going on? When those days, you have to go back to your foundation on why you started your business at the beginning. And that's going to help you survive and conquer, not just survive. I survive is a good word, but I like conquer better. How about that? So you can conquer it. So with that, I know, Elena, hopefully I didn't over talk.
But no. I just want to give us time to be able to talk together now, because that's amazing. And, and you're right. I'm going to bring up some questions. And I think that we are a prime example of everything you just said. So it's a beautiful thing. I want to bring up fear.
Yes.
Okay. Because you mentioned fear. And so many people hold themselves back through fear, or afraid to say the thing, do the thing, take the chance, be courageous, conquer that. It's fear. And so when you are focusing on your purpose, your passion, and your drive, how do you deal with people that fear is blocking all of that?
Yeah, just going back, it's interesting, Queen, because I was just talking on a podcast last night about the same thing about the fear factor. And the person I was talking with, they kept saying over and over again, but I'm fearful what people are going to say. I'm fearful on if I don't come out a certain way, I don't talk a certain way, I don't say it a certain way. I'm fearful of how I look. I don't look a certain way. I'm fearful. And they just kept saying fear, and it was just like in grinding, and I could just hear it. It was like, to me, it was like that scratching on a chalkboard, like, ugh. And then I had to remember, Elena, years and years ago, I said the same thing. Mm-hmm. So I had to tell myself, okay, first of all, I can't jump down their throat like this. I don't want to do that because I got to show love.
Yeah.
And I was there before. And then what happened was, going back to the PPD, what I'm talking about is that when your purpose, when you know you have to say something, no matter what it costs, that fear starts to melt little by little. Because now it's like the purpose is rising up, and it's like, okay, here's the fear, right? Here's your purpose. Well, you're trying to figure it out. Then you figure it out a little bit more. You say, okay, wait a minute, I need to help some people. Oh, wait a minute, I went through this trauma. I don't want nobody else going through that. Oh, I lost a loved one, and it was in murder and stuff like that. I didn't know other people need to hear that I overcame that. Oh my God, they're talking about me, but now I have risen. See, the purpose keeps creeping up, and it's keep creeping up when you keep talking, and then all of a sudden the fear goes down little by little, because everything that you say you need to be doing, you have to do it. It's like it was just ingrained in you, but it takes steps.
Yeah.
It's not just, it took me all this time. I'm in my 50s.
Yeah. 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 I get it. Like, me too. So to me, it's when people are paralyzed by the fear, it's more about dive deeper into the purpose.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Because it's going to get to the point, Elena, and just like, see, you and I can say this because I know we're both at that level, but some people, like you said, we're talking out there, are not to that level. It got to the point where I couldn't care about what other people thought about. Mm-hmm. I couldn't care to see my nose is so big, and they would talk about my nose. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't care about, okay, you're not saying your words right. The English is not coming out. You're not saying present tense. I mean, I was getting people telling me that.
Wow.
And I was like, first I was like, I can't talk. I'm not gonna say nothing. And I'd be like, I'd be in meetings, Elena, because someone told me that I couldn't speak right because I had the wrong English and all that kind of stuff, the verbiage and stuff. And then it got in here, and then it shut me down.
Yeah. Yeah. We call that, I like to call those your soul tattoos. Those I love they leave those forever imprints on your spirit and your soul, and they can be good or bad. And so, but you learn how to carry it, and then you end up just carrying it with pride. But so for the work that you are doing today, what do you got out there for people? What do they need to know about what Miss Queen Barbara is doing? What's happening out there?
Well, right now, like I said, it's under the Diamond Factor Experience. So that's my main business. Mm-hmm. So under there, I have like 3 different levels. First level is the PPD, because I told myself, that's why I pulled back a little bit. I said, okay, Barbara, it seemed like I was going ahead of the cart. Okay. I was helping people, coaching them with their show. I was doing all this stuff. But then every person that I was starting to help, they were fading a little bit on what their foundation was. And then we would have these sessions, Elena, session after session after session, strategies after session. And they're still like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to be when I grow up. and then all of a sudden I'm getting frustrated. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Well, dang, we talked about, or, you said you wanted to do this. Now you're doing it. Now, So I said, okay, Barbara, something's missing here. There's a missing link somewhere. I'm missing it as a coach. I put myself out there. I put in the mirror first me before I start, doing others. Yep. And I said to myself, I said, something, I got to do something else here. And then that's what brought me back to say, okay, what was you doing and what did you create before you got into the media, before you got into your broadcasting, before all of that? And I said, people understand their PPD. I mean, that's God. I was talking to God at that time because I was like, because I felt him saying, what was you doing before you did this? And that's what I do now. I mean, that's part of the whole process now.
Nice.
I don't even if a person doesn't sign up under the, getting their own show, or whatever they're trying to do for their branding, their visible branding. I want to make sure they're locked in with their PPD.
I love that.
And
I
understanding.
love that, because I'm sure that you probably see when that locks in, or when that confidence starts to come, that their abilities to go out and do far greater things than they even initially were afraid to do. It's I'm sure that you have been able to witness people like expand beyond what they were even afraid to do in the first place, once they tapped into that passion and that purpose and all of that. That has to be such a rewarding, honestly, a rewarding feeling.
Yeah, Elena, I'm telling you, because I worked with you many times. Because Elena, I'm telling you, she's my mentor too. Just let everybody know that they didn't get that twisted. She has taught me so much when it comes to the structure and putting the breathe, like I said, breathe in your business. She has taught you, and so many other people on here I know, you're a mentor for. And I understand when I seen that lightning, like that light bulb moment, like you said, when people really say, "I got this." And because I always tell them, I said, we're going to start with your fear first. We're going to put it out there. I don't want it hidden no more. I don't want it in the corner no more. We're going to put it straight forward, front and center. Yeah. Because we got to tackle whatever that fear is. Because some people say, well, it's a fear because my voice is soft, but that's not really the fear. And I tell them that. I said, no, we got to dig deeper. I always say, we got to get to the root. I always say, we got to get to the root of it. And they're like, well, yeah. I said, someone, or yourself told you that your voice was too soft. Or you got somewhere down the line, somewhere there was somebody, you, probably mostly you, it's mostly us talking to ourselves. And then that's it. We got to hit that point, because if you keep just giving the symptom of it and keep talking about your fear because your voice is low, we're not going to get anywhere, because that's going to be that's the stumbling block right there.
Yeah, that's kind of it. It reminds me of like somebody that has consistent headaches and just keeps taking Tylenol. Just fix it and carry on. But then the next day, it's gonna constantly show up unless you figure out why are you having headaches. Like, let's fix that problem, and instead of just trying to take something to cover it up. So it's kind of that same thing. If somebody's working with you, they just want the result. They just want that thing to look good, but they don't want to figure out why they're struggling to even get there in the first place. That's amazing. So if people wanted to start working with you or get to know more about this, what's that process look like? Is there a website? Is there a link? Do they just message you? What's the best way for somebody to get started with you?
Well, I don't know if I can put it in here. I do have a little freebie, a visibility workbook. I didn't know.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have a link? Can you put it in? Okay.
Where would I? Okay. So I do have a link for that. I'm going to put that in there for Queen.
Yep.
Oh, this is the wrong link. Sorry. And also want to contact me, just go to, and I'll put the email address there, because I have to have, it's a must. And I know Elena knows this too. We have to have a talk, because the other type of person that's that freebie there, the visibility workbook. I'm the type of person, I'll put my email address, that I want to see you. I want to talk to you. I want to see your body. I want to see all of that to get to know who you are. Okay. So we have to have that call. People call discovery calls, chat, whatever, for 30 minutes.
I'm going to put that in the comments. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm giving you my email address right now.
Okay.
So we have to have that talk. And I tell people all the time, just because we have to talk, and we might figure out, well, maybe I'm not the one for you. And that's okay. But my biggest moment to my heart right there is we had to talk, and you figured out, okay, maybe I'm not the one, but you figured out that you have to do something else for you. See, that's the part, that's the lightning ball right there. If you don't even work with me, somewhere down the line, you took the time to say, okay, let me talk to her. Let me do this 30 minutes. And I figured out that, okay, maybe I do need something or something different right there. I might have to get it from Elena. It might not be Barbara. But let's have that talk. Let's have the talk.
Yep.
That's the important part. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. And you do, especially like you're bringing up a really great point, and a point that is super what do I want to say? Honorable, respectful. It's a display of your character, right? If you're talking about purpose and passion, and you're passionate about this work that you're doing with individuals, the proof that you've got to connect first says so much.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. And that's where people see, that's where us is, we got to put our big girl pants on and big boy pants on.
We know how to do that around here. Let's go.
And what I mean to put that on and say, don't be, okay, here's the fear again. I'm throwing it out there. Something this might touch some people, that if that person don't want to work with you, not only telling them, you know, I feel like I might not be the one for you, but also telling them who could be the one for them.
Yeah.
So that's where you have your super, I call them super partners, and you know, I got different, just wonderful words for my super partner. Elena's one of them, and some other people out there. So that's when you have to say, okay, not only maybe I'm not the one, but I know somebody that is, because the bigger thing, the bigger picture, as I always say, is making sure that you get what you need, so you can be the lighthouse to the world instead of being a little flicker, or if you feel like you're in darkness. So that, yeah.
And I love that, and I think it's great. We have a whole platform here of people showing up, and we're prime example that we can have the difficult conversations, and we want to see each other grow, and we're so passionate about the work that we do that we also know sometimes God tells us things that is kind of like, wait, what? Yeah. I got to do what? I got to have a conversation about what? and it's almost like we talk the talk, but we actually have to walk the walk as well. So we face our own fears, and we have to go through the things. And like, I love that we've created an environment to safely do that, because that's how we're all getting better. And I think it's important for us that have been there, done that, to be that example to people. Because when you're just starting out, you're afraid of some of that stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the biggest thing I always tell people too, Elena, I know with time, but I'll make it quick. The biggest thing is, I always tell people, I respect you and honor you, just like, you know, we hope we honor each other. Be in the race. Don't be the sideline person watching the race. And everybody in the race is not a track star. Everybody in the race is not hitting that goal every time. Okay. Some people in the race is like doing this. Just trying to get to that next little hump. But guess what? They're staying in that race. They're not looking at it this way or that way. They're like, I'm gonna stay in this race and do what I have to do for myself. If it's walking, if it's crawling, if it's skipping, whatever it is, right?
I love that. And and so we've got some comments here. What do we got? It looks like Raquel says, yes, Barbara Beckley, they are not our source. God is. We are still a blessing sending them elsewhere. Yeah, when you refer people, or because if you genuinely care about your people more, you're going to send them where they can benefit the most. Yep. And Denise says, thank you, Barbara, for your purpose, passion, and drive, and helping us be our own lighthouse to the world. Look at that.
Denise. Oh, that's
amazing. So I want to thank you so much, Queen, for spending time here. And you know, we've gone back like several years. Years.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing when you think about that. Like, what, about 3 years now? Maybe?
Yeah, it's been almost 3 years.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So I am cheering for you, Queen. And I want to share, like, Barbara's one of those that she'll just message like randomly to just pump you up and share, give you your flowers. She just always wants to give you your flowers. And that's just, that's a beautiful thing, my friend. So
I love you, and love everybody out there. Appreciate you so much.
Yep. All right. We'll see you next time. All right. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Alrighty, guys. So we are going to keep it moving. Now, this next feature, and these next features might run a little bit short, but these are two features from two business owners that they had something pop up and could not make their time slot. And so me being me said, get me photos, get me links, tell me what you need. And I still want to get you honored. I still want to get you on here. Okay. So I'm going to share a couple things that they sent me. And I just want to make sure that we promote their business, that we promote them as individuals, and that we show them some love and support. So it could take 5 minutes. It could take 10 minutes. It could take 2 minutes. I don't really know. I'm going to talk through what I can and make sure that I share what they've got going on. So the first one that I want to introduce and share is a dear friend of mine, Miss Allegra Havana Pacheco, who has Havana's 13. Okay, her business is Havana's 13, and I'm going to just show her little slide right here. So she has some products coming on, and she sent me a little video, and I'm going to see if I can play it here. We're going to do one and see what happens here. So let me get this going. Okay, so that I got to add to the stage. Here we go. So she was showing some baskets, and I have some photos. So her website is havanas13.com, and she does these self-care kits, and she has crystals. In fact, let me show you right here. This is one of the crystals of hers that I'm actually wearing, and she has sent some self-care kits and all sorts of things. And so one of her offers right now, she's got fall collections and she's got winter collections. These are her self-care kits. And coming soon, she has Enchanted by Havana's 13, which she is going to offer a more of a holiday glam as well as with some lip glosses. And so this is like a really cool collection that she's got coming on board. So I think like definitely reach out to her. She has these self-care kits, and I don't know how to expand that any bigger on my screen. But let me tell you, these self-care kits, they are not what do I want to say? They got substance. They got some good stuff in there. There's a lot of product. She packages them all so unique to just show such love and care based on your individual needs. Sometimes she's got incense, she's got crystals, she's got jewelry, she's got her lotions and even lipsticks and lip glosses. You can see the earrings in that one. Just some really, really cool things. And so I think that one looks like it's got a tie-dye face mask. Like, how cool is that? But these self-care kits, that one's a kiwi face mask with a lip gloss. Looks like there's earrings. Like, there's just some really cool things in these self-care kits. That's a cool earrings. Looks like with some lotion. And now she's got some holiday glam. And I know she sent a little video for the holiday glam. So let me see if I can add this here.
Tree in Henry Wickenburg's adjacent cabin.
So I think she's got something going on in the background. But look at that jewelry. That jewelry is just gorgeous. And so definitely be able to check that out. Yes, love it. So I want to just give a big shout out. Havanas13.com. Let me see if I can put that in the comments here. And so reach out to Allegra of Havana's 13 at, I'm going to put Havana's13.com. And of course, you can find her on Facebook. But amazing self-care kits. She carries some Besitos products as well. Jewelry, incense, crystals, just lots of love that she puts into all of her self-care kits. So her website is there. So please definitely reach out to her if you have any questions. And then one other feature that I would love to be able to promote. Her name is Tracy Hanton, and she has candles. She has, let me pull her up here. Is that praiseworthy candles? Okay, and Tracy with praiseworthy candles is she was a vendor at my Radiance event this past February and had such amazing results that she's coming back this next February as a vendor as well, but now she will be speaking. And the Radiance event is for women's only. It's a one night only. It's all health, wellness, all types of wellness, beauty, inner beauty meets outer beauty. And we serve a nice dinner. We have a couple speakers and it turns into girls' night dance party. So honestly, guys, that's a ticket. Come to the Radiance event. But here is Tracy. She left a little note here. What she's got going on right now is called Fruit of the Spirit gift box. Love Edition Fruit of the Spirit subscription box. So it ships December. And it includes a 14-ounce scented candle, a small wax melter with fruit wax melts, matches, tea bags, pen and journal, affirmation cards, and a music playlist with 10 songs to help you stay in the love zone with God. And her first 50 boxes have a surprise gift. And so here's kind of Fruit of the Spirit that she's got going on right there. And here's another photo that she's got going on right here. So that's jam-packed full of some amazing things that Miss Tracy has of praiseworthy candles. And on her sheet, I want to say right here, there's, I guess I put a QR code, so not really thinking that you probably can't scan a QR code unless you're looking at this on your laptop or computer and then can scan with your phone or something. So we will definitely be able to get the link put in the comments. But I wanted to also let you see that I had featured, I'm reaching down here, I had featured some of Tracy's candles in my Besitos beauty box because, guys, I believe, like I say, I believe in supporting small businesses so much that in the bi-monthly release of the Besitos beauty box, I always like to feature another small business. I like to put an item or a service or something that someone else is doing and support them in my Besitos beauty boxes. And so earlier in the year, in one of the Besitos beauty boxes, I put some of Tracy's candles. I still have a few of them myself, but they are gorgeous. They smell amazing. This one is a soy-based candle, and one of them is such a fruity smell. It's got like Fruit Loops, and it's so cool. Like, it is so cool. So she puts so much love and time and detail, pays attention to the detail in her praiseworthy candles. But we also connected simply because we are faith-based and you can't go wrong. When God brings people together, you can't go wrong. And she met me kind of randomly by my Radiance event on Eventbrite. She just found that I was searching for vendors and was in the area and decided to sign up to become a vendor. And that's how we met, was through that and in person at my event for the first time. And now, like I said, we're friends for life, and I am here supporting her business beyond her just being a vendor. Like, that's how we have to do it, right, guys? We have to support each other. So those were two businesses that were scheduled to be on today that had things pop up and just couldn't make it. But what I do want to do is I'm not going to keep you here longer than needs be. But what I do want to do is let you know that we are coming back. We've got more shops. We got more small business owners. We are coming back and doing this again on Saturday, December 6th. Okay, Saturday, December 6th. And I see Raquel says, God is the best networker. I love that. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we are going to be back here on Saturday, December 6th. We are going to start at 10 a.m. once again and bring on another business owner for as long as it goes, because I really, really want to help support small businesses. I think people need to see what you're doing. They need to hear about you. They need to just know the goodness that you are pouring out into the world. And the only way that we're going to be able to do that for each other is to do things like this. People like us do things like this. And that's why we're here. So mark your calendars, Saturday, December 6th. We're going to be doing it all over again. And also throughout the remainder of this month, we're going to clip out these segments of the people that you got to see today and hear from them. We're going to clip them out, and they're going to be playing throughout Roku on Prospera TV network. And then we're going to do it again in December and air those throughout December. So there's even time to get in on that next Small Business Expo. So if you liked what we did here today, tell your friends, tell your peeps, and come back and let's do it again then. But the other last thing that I'm going to leave you with is, if you are interested in being part of Prospera TV Network. So we started with Besitos Beauty. Then we got to talk about the Crown by Faith Collective a little bit. I threw in a little bit about the Selfish Retreat in Arizona. Get with me on that one. We've got like 5 slots right now available. That's for 2026. There is a special going on, but I'm not going to put that all out here. Just get with me. I got to talk to you about it first. But the last piece of what I want to share is all of this is expanding because Prospera TV Network is expanding. And that is simply a project that God said, you've got to protect what I'm giving you, and you got to run with this. And I'm still learning my way, but we have made such traction. We have made such movement and such progress that if you are interested, whether you feel like you're starting at the basics and not really knowing much of what a show would look like for you, maybe you already have a podcast and you want to kind of up level it. Maybe you have a business and you really want to set yourself apart and learn how to use a show to become the expert in your industry, but also know how to repurpose it to grow offerings. Like you saw Raquel on her earlier. Raquel has taken a series and now has a whole offering through it. So there's many different ways to look at sharing your message and getting your voice out into the world. If you are curious, just message me and let me know, and I can tell you about some of the things that we have coming up for Prospera TV Network in 2026. All right. So thank you guys so much for being here today. Again, you can go back and watch the replay. If you got questions on anything, reach out to any of the small business owners that you saw here today, or reach out to me and I can connect you. And that's where I'm going to kind of leave you right there. Raquel says, I am so proud to be of your network. We've all grown as hosts. It's awesome. An amazing community. And thank you so much for that, Raquel, because I have learned so much from each of the show hosts along the way. You know, I remember saying, like, I'm doing this thing, never done it, don't know how I'm doing it. God said to do it. So we're figuring it out, and it has been the most beautiful experience, and it's just going to get better. So thank you, Denise. And that's it, guys. That's a wrap. And I appreciate you guys being here. We'll see you on Saturday, December 6th. Please share with your friends. The replay will stay up. And just thank you for the love and support. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll be seeing you next time.